we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
Where should I put this? Hello, hello. I guess just here. Or actually... Okay, hopefully that works. Hello.
With my mouth.
I'm on YouTube Live. I don't know. Can you pull it up on your phone? I want to see if the audio works.
My allergies are killing
What's your name, man?
Mason.
He's so right about it.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you.
The Mint Majesty with two honeys.
I wonder if that actually works. I should keep your voice.
It's so good. I slept with my mouth open last night. So this is helping out.
Whose bag is this?
I had someone staying in my room last night because their roommate had someone over.
Is that your
They
bag?
ended up
Yeah.
leaving.
What's your
in the middle of the
YouTube?
night.
Just look Mason Lemmy, MASON LEMME.
Hey, good luck. I'm gonna leave.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Let me get to the Wi-Fi. What year are you?
Senior.
Same.
Yeah, here. Let's see if I can hear my voice. So I walk away. All right, cool. We're good. Appreciate it, bro.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
If you want an interview, come to me. I got you.
100%.
Thank you.
Dude, I wanted to meet him so bad.
I wanted to meet him too.
Carry on
He
the
saved
legacy,
my
bro.
life.
Carry on the legacy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to meet him. And if he was, I was like, I looked at his his tour and I was like, hopefully,
Yeah.
he was
He never came to Texas State, did he?
No.
I talked to one of the sergeants yesterday. He said he came with Candace in like 2018.
Oh, they've been open for that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's 13 years since he started it.
That is crazy.
And
Yeah.
he started at 19.
Yeah, he was 19 years old.
Yeah, 18.
Oh, he was 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, the dude was a beast.
I don't know if I should hold this or I kind of want to just
You know,
put
he
it
was
here.
teammates with Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was his backup quarterback.
Was it school or was it just a camp? I don't
he was
know.
his high school. He was the backup
Is this a
quarterback.
goofy?
One of the best
Is this a goofy?
Kind of, but
See,
And he
it's
had
like
a
a
jump shot
workout.
for days in basketball. Because he's tall. He's like 6'4", something like that. He's a tall dude. And he can breathe like nothing.
I aspire to have faith like that.
I did too.
To stay strong in the
Hey, what was your name, by the way?
Mark.
Mark Mason.
Mason.
Nice to meet you, yes, sir.
Pleasure.
I cried. Yeah, I cried. And I shall persecute and follow you for my sake.
100%, you too.
You're
looking-
seen some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I was like, you're looking cooler than me. You got the suit. Wait, hold on. Step in front of the camera.
Preacher look right here.
He's got the suit going. Heck yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
We've seen the number one response. A lot of people obviously know Charlie Kirk for his being a conservative, for being a Republican, and all that, his political views. But although he was brought into the spotlight as a sort of like young Republican sort of dude, he died as a Christian martyr.
Yep.
You have to understand that. So that is what all of Christendom right now is viewing him as. That is what all of Christendom is viewing him as right now. Is a Christian martyr.
100%.
Even people that otherwise would not agree with his politics. Now you do have churches, of course, that are really not confessional, really not engaged in the word. I can't speak for everybody, but what I can say is that churches all over the United States right now are completely unified.
Yeah.
Those who follow Jesus Christ, who believe the word, and looking at this man as a young Christian brother who's been killed for his faith, among maybe sure, but for his faith, absolutely.
100%. And I think it's disgusting how like there's just some weak pastors out there just not even talking about it. Like saying the name is the least you can do. The fact that some people aren't even saying his name is just crazy to
Yeah,
me.
absolutely right.
And then you get the next level where it's like he's a martyr. So I think
We have to have at least a shred of bravery, at least a fraction of what Charlie himself had, and consider Christ again and what he actually calls us to do.
Yeah.
You know, getting out here, what you guys are doing, being here on a university campus, just being visible and just being a way for somebody to walk by and maybe absorb some of that
100%.
and ask a question is it's like the bare minimum, but it's also everything.
Yeah. 100%. No, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
God
it.
bless you, brother.
100%. Yeah, we're gonna be out here all day. So
We're gonna try to do some preaching and praying too. I'm
Heck
gonna
yeah.
jump up here and just we'll see.
Did I do good with the song?
Yes.
Thank you. I like your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I honestly completely didn't even realize when I went to class that I was going to this afterwards. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna we're just gonna be repping Lightning McQueen out here.
Heck yeah.
But how do you feel about a whole bunch of these quotes that I honestly think divide us as people?
Okay.
Can you read them?
So,
You can hold my phone. Oh shit, I have a question.
Yeah.
No, have her read.
no. Oh, yeah. Read it.
I just feel like Charlie was like a hateful person.
Oh, no, not at all.
No.
And if I may interject on your last point there,
I just want to say,
yeah. I think a lot of his message, very similar to MLK, was civil discourse, being able to talk with one side, whether or not they agreed or disagreed. It was getting those points across and seeing where each other was coming from, you know? That way, you know, you have a good idea of what you stand on different things. That way we're not just isolated in our own areas saying, oh, well, I think this person thinks this, or I think you think that. You know, we can, you know, reasonably see what each other thinks without, you know, going at each other's throats. And I think that was both him and MLK's biggest thing, even with, you could say, society or race.
And the he's quoted MLK a ton of times, and the most frequently thing he's called is a racist. Why would a racist quote
why do you feel like
MLK?
people may interpret anything he says as racist?
Huh?
Why do you think people may interpret him as a racist or?
Well, number one, because he's white, and number two, because he talks about divisive issues like race, which can divide people, but you have to have an open mind to see the truth of things.
Do you think he ever uses any incorrect statistics or says anything that might be
Maybe.
stereotypical
Rarely,
that
though.
might, you know, come off as racist to some people?
The statistics
can't be
Not statistics. I meant things that are like stereotypical,
like
he
a
would-
generalization.
Well, like what?
Generalizations
kind of,
could
he would
change
make
year to year,
generalizations
though.
about race, but
Like what,
things
though?
that weren't necessarily true. I'm just kind of asking. I have
Well,
to get your.
okay. I think stats are it's impossible for stats to be racist because if you look at it,
Well, there are some statistics that aren't true that in the past. I
in that case, then-
can't pull them up right now because obviously like, I'm recording.
we don't have to pull them up. But like, what topic was it?
I believe it was about the crime rate. It was an old statistic that he used that was.
Like race wise, or?
I believe so.
Okay, I mean, I'm from California. I'm from an hour outside of LA. I play football here. I'm not like guy that just grew up around white people. Whatever. It doesn't matter though. It's
Oh,
not
no, I
a.
don't have
It's
any
not. It's not a race thing. 13% of the population is black people. They commit 55% of murders. So I don't. Okay, around 50
more than
50% from 13% of the population. So it's not a race thing. It's a heart and mind problem, regardless of what your race is. But unfortunately, people that grow up,
Of heart and mind.
the people that murder people and commit crimes have a heart and mind problem.
Well,
So no,
Anybody
no.
who murders anybody.
But I'm saying when over 70% of black homes in America are fatherless, you have a big problem. That's a big problem.
Like-
I think if you have fathers in the home, sons respect parents because if you don't have a father, you don't respect authority. You can't respect anybody if you don't have a father figure. So it's not black people, it's a culture problem, and unfortunately it is in the black community, and it's not the only evil in the country. But unfortunately that gets blown up. It's like, oh, they're talking about black people, it's racist, but in reality it's just a statistic. When people say like, do you like black people, it's like, I like good people. There's loser white people, there's loser Mexicans, there's loser black people. I'm not gonna say I like all black people because it's not true. I don't like all white people. I like good people. I'm against evil people. I don't hate evil people, but I want to correct them and be like Jesus and say, hey, you're in the wrong. I'm gonna say it in a loving way, but I'm not just gonna sit by and watch you do evil things. I'm gonna call you out in truth and love.
Okay, I think we got slightly off of the topic I was wanting.
Well, go ahead.
But I do want to ask a question. So we don't feel like he was a hateful person. Why do you feel as if why do you think several HBCUs were threatened and had to do shelter in place due to the threats they received after his death?
Threats from
From white supremacy group saying they were going to come to the school.
What article source did you find?
I haven't seen that. I don't know why that would be a
That
thing.
were threatened.
Because if that was like, if this is true, yes,
That was-
that would be on every single national news like
No,
anchor.
like, right now, everything everyone cares about is Charlie Kirk. No one's really caring about the impact that it's having on anyone else. But I wanted to ask for your opinion on why several HBCUs, it was the day afterwards and the days following, several HBCUs were threatened and had to do shelter in place and shut down.
Okay, so hold on. Black is targeted this week.
Wait, no.
Yeah, I mean, I totally disagree with that. I got a death threat yesterday.
You disagree with?
I disagree with if someone's threatening people, but it's not a race thing.
But
I'm
why
white.
do you feel like
I'm
no
white.
other Texas State University wasn't threatened?
I
Why do you feel
literally-
like it's a
I was-
common theme with HBCUs that were threatened.
If it is, then that's wrong.
It is.
There are white
There were
supremacy
7
people,
HBCUs.
but it's not. It's
But why
not.
do you feel like they feel the need to attack black, especially
I
when
don't
it's
know.
like an
I don't
underground
know.
black person or anyone
But this is the thing. Just because I'm
But
white
do
doesn't
you
mean I
feel like he
associate
kind
with
of
all white
pushes
people.
that narrative to make those people feel comfortable.
What
avenging
what
himself?
narrative?
The
Why would they
narrative that
attack
there
black
is a
people?
separation. I
Why?
feel like he has created a separation in his legacy.
Where-
or else
where-
we would all be
He
here
said-
protesting him.
Where's
because
where's the
apparently he's this
where's the
person.
connection of him hating and going against black people that would make people do that?
He said
Exactly,
the Civil
that's
Rights
my
Act was a
question.
huge mistake and said MLK was like a bad person.
He's quoted MLK multiple times
Right,
saying
but
he was
he
awesome.
said
I
the
feel
Civil Rights Act was a
I could use someone's quotes and I
He
would
didn't.
like
He
them.
didn't mean. He didn't mean the
No,
entire
please
thing he was
don't
saying
try to read into what he
specifics in
meant.
it.
He's dead. You
You
really
weren't
feel-
his
I'm not
You really, if you
him.
don't know him, so you
Exactly.
I
can't.
you're
can't.
not
I
him, you can't
can't.
say what
I
he
don't
says.
have. Hold on. I
So
don't
don't try to
have.
read into his
Hold
statement.
on.
We're taking it verbatim. Everything he says verbatim.
That's no. Hold on.
That is-
You can take it verbatim, but you take clips out of context, and people have been doing that for the past 4
That's
years.
why
you-
read the whole article, which
I
will
saw
say
the.
what
I
he
saw the
wanted.
clip. It was out of context.
Well, if I were to say,
like,
you know,
the
white
number one,
people
like
can't
when you
experience
search
racism,
something politically,
like,
most
They
people
can.
I'm gonna take that
really
at face
left.
value.
Do you think white people can
That's why I
experience
want
racism?
Dude, I'm just using it as
No, no,
an
so- see,
example.
I'm
I
not
have
saying
never
that's
experienced racism. I have never felt
that's your-
threatened
right.
for being white.
But that's your personal opinion. Do you think
No,
that?
that's my personal experience.
Okay, but your personal experience doesn't overrule the world. So just because you as a white
I
person,
think white people are systemically the oppressors. So
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah.
how is me as a white person? You've never met me. How am I racist?
I didn't
We're
say
not saying you as a white
specifically
person.
were
We're
racist.
saying like white people over like years and centuries, we have been the oppressors.
Okay, so you're saying that ancestors.
Even now.
So
Even
how
now,
do,
yes.
how does the sins of people from generations ago mean anything for right
Well,
now?
we're still having to make up for like their mistakes, like the fucking laws and shit.
That's
like,
not sins on us.
right, but we still have to work on that and like try to better it, right?
But you can't put blame on white people that were born in 2001.
So I have a quick question for you, actually,
for it.
in terms of equality. So if, let's say, I as a Hispanic am racist and towards white people,
Okay.
my question is simply just how? Sorry, not you guys, but if white people have been the oppressor, how can we oppress the oppressor? They're the ones who created this system. You created the system.
Not.
We're not allowed to fight back on it.
Not we.
Maybe not you, but a lot of white people. It is predominantly white people.
Do you know that there were black slave owners?
Yes, and you know what else?
So then what do you say
If you want,
against
you
that?
can come and talk with us. We're
How
open
many
to
white slaves were there
discussions.
compared to black slaves?
I don't know.
Of course you don't know.
It shouldn't matter.
And also,
Because it's not a race thing, it's a good versus evil thing. That's why if it was a race thing, there would never have been black slave owners.
it's still systemic if you really think about it. Nobody knows that Mexicans were slaves too, because people want to see.
All
you know,
slavery anywhere is wrong.
Italians were slaves. Like I'm Italian.
Koreans had the longest
All right.
unbroken chain.
Okay, man, you're Italian. All right, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there.
I'm
where?
saying
The fact that
my
you're
my
still-
great grandparents are from Italy.
You're still white.
Yeah, I am, and I reject all evil from any race.
No, yeah, but the argument of I can't be racist for being white because I'm Italian or I'm European, you're still white.
Yeah, and what does that mean?
The fact of
What comes with me being white?
the fact of it's still oppressors.
But how are white people today oppressors if they haven't done things that ancestors did? Which you don't even know what my ancestors did. I don't know what my ancestors did.
Oh, that's crazy. I don't know. Mass shootings of schools,
How-
oppressing. Oh, you know what?
And that's evil, and we
How
should
about-
call out evil where we see it.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, but that's not John's
But you can't
argument
make
right now. That's not
you
John's
can't make
argument
the
right now.
generalization
You're
that all
asking
white
me-
people
Hold
are
on, let her
evil.
talk.
You're asking me how you're racist today. How
can't
about
say
shutting-
white people that are racist over all skin colors are
Yeah,
racist.
anybody can be racist. However, I don't believe you can be racist towards white people who set up that system because set up the system.
But it doesn't. So if people that made up the regulations, no, hold on. If people made up the regulations saying that murder is wrong, if you murder that person, should that be a crime against them because they created it? How do you get rid of murder? So you think downtown?
Okay, let's say.
You think hold up. You think the hood in Chicago needs less police?
Okay, we're talking about 50% of the crimes or whatever. Yeah. We're saying like, I think this is like 96 or 94% of them get exonerated. That means they didn't commit any.
You think 96%?
Honestly, like
96% of murders.
No, I'm just saying crimes. We're talking about crimes. It's 50% would commit crime. It's not murders. It's crime. It's crime. So listen, see them getting exonerated from the crime means they didn't commit the crime. So that statistic is just padded. You know what I mean?
That's not true. You know
it's just padded.
You know, I'll give you. You know how that's not true? Did you see the clip of the Ukrainian girl getting stabbed in the neck? No, yes or no, did you see it?
Yeah, I understand.
That guy was released.
Savagery, bro. That's bad.
That guy was released 14 times.
Okay, that's a system issue.
That's not a system issue. That's a heart and mind problem.
That's literally a system issue. He got released 14 times so he could kill somebody. That's a system issue. We're trying to attack.
Go look up the judge and let him go.
We're trying to attack systemic issues. Our system is bad, bro. When people like signal boost that black people commit 50% of the crime, bro.
Statistics can't be racist.
But
or
that is a racist because it's missing the exoneration part of it. You're giving half of the.
I'm not talking about all crimes like he was murdered.
If the statistic is geared at misrepresenting a group of people, it's racist.
Okay, how about this? Let's take half of it away. Let's say 13% of the population of black people committed 25%.
Again, we're trying to tell you a majority of them get exonerated. So they're not
true.
Why are you saying pedophiles are white? Does that mean you're a pedophile?
Hold up. I'm not saying that all black people are murderers.
Okay. So you're saying all black people are murderers?
No,
but not black people are murderers.
All black people are murderers.
But you're just saying the statistic.
It is that's a true statistic. That's not fake.
The CIA made that up.
No, look up any source. Look up any source. Anywhere. You know how you can
look up any source.
Where's your source? You know how you can
go to Google.
Look up
your own research. Don't go.
Look up the most liberal media, New York Times, Washington Post. They're all going to say the same thing.
What are you going to say?
That 13% of the population, black people, which is not a racist thing. I'm not saying all black people commit murder. 13% of the population commit 50% of the murders. I was telling him it's a problem that 70% of black homes are fatherless. If you don't have respect for...
Let him land.
Growing up, if you don't have respect for authority, a father figure, you can't have respect for anybody else in society. So it's not a race thing. I play football here. Most of my friends here are black. I know that doesn't mean like that I don't hate black people, but I'm not saying all black people are bad. I'm saying statistic is true and statistic racist.
But like I said, the statistic is mixed.
Okay, listen, hold on. If statistics, some opinion go into facts of statistics, then wouldn't you say that not all statistics are fair and it could be looked at as racist?
I was telling him if we cut the murder rate just from black people. By the way, it's not against black people; it's just a statistic.
Just speak. You don't have to defend yourself after every speech.
If you cut the murder rate in half, let's say 13% of the population committed 25% of the murders. That's still double their population. But it's not even 25%, it's 50%. So he was saying that the majority of black people that commit murder are falsely accused, but that's just not true.
No, they're falsely arrested. Yeah.
For murder?
For murder. Racial profiling. Those are things that exist.
So that exists with white people too. They say, white man.
He's like, look, hold on. You're talking about statistics. So if you want to bring in statistics, you have to think who is more to be racially profiled. Black people,
but
correct?
If someone says, Hold on. If someone says, "Hey, it was a black guy that just stabbed that guy," is that racist, or is it because he saw it?
You have to take into consideration how when they come up, they have a description already given, correct or incorrect? 9 times out of 10. So when they go up that person, they're gonna say, "Was this da 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 da?" Yeah, he was black, and I think he had that. And oh wait, yeah, no, he did have that. And then what?
Right, but there's never going to be a situation where a white guy commits murder and then they put it on a black guy.
They literally have done that.
That's not a...
Yes, they have done that.
Show me one instance ever where that's happened. Where a white guy... This is just degenerate behavior. This is why people need Jesus.
Wait, what was your point?
I forgot what she said. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry they threw me off too.
No, it's okay. That's what I was saying. I wish we had like a line or something. Right. There's never.
And the first one ended, so I just restarted it.
Appreciate it, bro. What did it say when it ended?
I think it saved.
But like, did it say like storage or something or what? You don't know?
I can't remember.
That's okay.
I'm pretty sure it saved on the on YouTube. Yeah. I think I saw it.
I'll just put it all together. But this is what people turn to. They turn to degeneracy instead of truth. And that's okay. That just shows that people need Jesus. Why does having fun doesn't mean you're right?
We're trying to celebrate.
You think so?
And then, celebrate like.
But do you think celebrating a memorial for someone that got assassinated is right?
I wasn't celebrating for somebody that died. I was celebrating for we don't have so much hate in the world anymore. That's why I'm celebrating.
But do you think we're here for hate?
Yes.
How
If
so?
you're here for Charlie Kirk, you're here for hate.
How so?
Because he was a hateful person.
How so?
Huh?
How so?
I told you I don't want to talk to you. You don't have to talk to me.
I think we didn't really get to the question. How is he a hateful person?
I already told you.
Okay, so you said because
I already told you multiple times. I'm not fucking repeating myself.
I got you. So I'll say what you said.
Breath.
I'll say what you said.
Okay,
so you said he was homophobic, xenophobic, racist, all these things, right? Right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so if you disagree with somebody, does that mean you hate them?
Oh my fucking God, I've already said this shit too.
It's a yes or no question.
It's on the video. I'm not repeating myself.
They interrupted me last
I'm not repeating myself. You know what I said.
I really don't remember what you said. There were 9 people talking.
I said just because I disagree with someone doesn't make them hateful.
Okay.
When they put other people down because of who they are, what they look like, or how they think, that makes you hateful. That makes you a bad person.
Okay,
And
I agree with that.
People.
I agree with that. I encourage
why
you.
the fuck are you still arguing with me?
Because I encourage you to watch. I encourage you to watch the clips. I
have watched the clips, and I have watched him say and be hateful in those clips. Have you?
He had multiple times gay people, trans people come up. The crowd, not him, the crowd would start booing and boo. He said, "Hey guys, stop booing. Be respectful. Let them talk." How is that hateful? This is also the thing.
Letting somebody speak doesn't mean you're not hateful. He literally sat up on his stage and he sat there and he said, "Black women are less than. Gay people are less than." Shut the fuck up, because you're wrong.
He never said that. He never said that. He said, "I disagree." He said, "I disagree with your lifestyle. I can't hate with whom I have a heart for." He doesn't
have a heart for anybody because he's a piece of shit.
He disagrees with people. That doesn't make him hateful.
What about all his hateful tweets? What about those?
Show me one.
Do you think Jesus would agree with Charlie Kirk?
No. He stood for.
No, Jesus said, "Love your neighbor." Jesus said, "All sins are equal."
You know what loving is? It's holding people accountable and telling them the truth.
That doesn't mean that you're hateful towards people and that you say you are less than me because of this and this and this. We are all equal. We are all equal.
I agree. And
okay, then why do you? No, he fucking didn't because
he's never been hateful.
Bro,
with that.
you are so fucking dense in the brain.
This is my first day out here. I'm standing up for what I believe the truth. That is that Jesus is king and that he stood for truth. I don't even agree with everything that he said. I don't.
Congrats,
but I'm saying that just because you disagree with somebody doesn't make you hateful.
And I agreed with that. I agreed with that. Did you hear me agree? Did everybody
Okay, that's what he
agree
did.
with that?
But that's what he did on a daily basis.
No.
He was never hateful.
He was hateful.
Crowds all the time would boo people coming up and he'd say, hey, let them have the mic, let them talk.
Because he let somebody fucking talk at a public speaking event doesn't make him not hateful.
He could have signs but not have an open mic and just protest what he's talking about. Why does he let people share their thoughts and opinions?
Because he wants to argue with them and because he wants to debate them.
He wants to bring people to truth because so many people are lost and don't know
So
what
what is the truth to you? What was he preaching that was so accurate to you?
The most important thing that we can do is to bring people to Jesus Christ. That's the most important thing of all. So it's
then why don't you support better people who believe in Jesus Christ?
I do, Jesus.
Cool.
So no one's perfect.
So then why are you here?
Because he got assassinated on live TV and people are celebrating it.
Were you did you literally protest whenever anybody else was ever killed wrongfully?
Yeah, I did. I posted stuff. The Ukrainians.
I didn't say did you
just asked
post
me
stuff.
who.
I said did you protest? Did you make a memorial?
If there was an event, then I would have gone to it. I didn't hear
but
about
you
it.
Didn't. But you didn't though.
You have to get.
So then
you have to
you
get
didn't.
You have to get approval from campus to do stuff.
No, you don't. This is public.
We had to. I talked to the sergeant at the police station
literally
yesterday.
do not.
I talked to the sergeant at the police station yesterday.
Well, then you should know you don't have to do that.
He told me yesterday.
You don't have to do that.
About the school shootings?
Again,
do you care about the school shootings?
Yes.
Then why aren't they posted here too?
Because this
they
event,
died the exact same
this event
day.
is for.
But you're only worried about whenever it's a white man.
Not true at all.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not true.
Just
I'm not
because you
racist.
post a black screen doesn't make you
I
a
never
better
did that
person.
because I didn't follow the crowd like most people did.
Congrats.
You have to stand up for truthless of what people think about you or say towards you. That's why people hated him so much because evil hates the truth. People don't like to be corrected. If I
I'm trying to look up his quotes.
cool. If I tell my friend on the square, hey bro, you're getting blackout drunk, you're hooking up with girls, you're doing all this stuff. It is the same. It's principle. It's moral. He's not hateful.
He is hateful. He was hateful.
But you agreed that disagreeing with somebody's lifestyle or disagreeing with what somebody says isn't hateful. So he did that. What has he said that is hateful? But this is the point I'm saying. It's nothing against you. I'm saying if you're so passionate enough to spend time.
But I asked you, what was a quote of Charlie Kirk spreading love, and you couldn't tell me anything.
That's the most important thing above politics, above anything that he stood for. That's why he's different than most politicians, because it's not about politicians. It's not about.
He's not a politician anyways.
He stood up and talked about politics.
That doesn't make him a politician. He's not.
Okay, he wasn't a politician. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you talk about politics, you're in the realm of political stuff. So,
yeah, he was a political speaker.
So this is what I'm saying is he got killed because evil hates the truth. That's anything in life. It has nothing to do with race, gender, country, whatever. Evil hates the truth. Evil hates to be called out. Satan hates to be called out.
So then, is that why you hate to be called out right now?
Why I hate to be called out?
Because you're wrong.
Well, truth matters.
He's wrong.
Truth matters.
Okay, but you're saying that he didn't do or say any of these things. Why would so many people feel so strongly about Charlie Kirk and hating Charlie Kirk if all of this was so wrong?
Because unfortunately, the media, TikTok, the news,
it's things that came out of his mouth.
It's the rhetoric that people push
It's not rhetoric whenever it comes out of his mouth and he says and that's what he stands
When you
for.
call someone a Nazi, fascist, racist, threat to democracy, that's the definition of inciting violence. Because if you look up, actually, I was looking at this a couple days ago because I wanted to get the definition. If you look up fascism, actually silencing people's voices. He had an open mic for people that he openly disagreed with. He would literally have people come up and say, hey, I love what you do. And he'd say, no, guys, have people that disagree with me come up to the mic and talk to me so that I can help them out. That's called being a servant to the public. That's what we're called. I don't know what you believe in, but I just want to say that Jesus loves you. But I'm saying that as Christians, we're called to expose evil with truth and love.
You don't expose evil. You're literally
that's what we believe
you are
we did.
loving evil right now, currently.
What evil thing have
Charlie Kirk right now?
How is
right
he?
Now.
So you think Charlie Kirk is evil?
I think Charlie Kirk is evil. And I mourn his death.
How is he evil? Like you have to think. Words have power.
Yeah, I'm fully aware. You know what words have power? Words have power because he was literally killed quick, televised, and what was the other thing he said? Quick, televised, and what was the last thing? Painless or something like that. And then he also was killed by his own words, saying that we had to keep the Second Amendment right. This is his own words.
He never stood up for killing people.
The Second Amendment. He said that to keep our Second Amendment right, people are gonna have to be sacrificed. And he
never
said
said
sacrifice. It doesn't. I'm not, quoting.
So, yeah. So he said. So get this.
Get that in the camera.
Cool.
Please. Thank you
So
so much.
he said, unfortunately, people will die. So it's the car thing that I brought up. Should we ban cars because 50,000
It doesn't matter,
But it does
but
matter.
people are dying because of something that we can control. And he doesn't believe in stricter gun laws. He doesn't agree.
Yes, he does. I think there should be background checks and metal.
I agree with
He
you.
actually said, quote, he said, we protect our airports and our sporting events with guns and metal detectors, but not our children in our schools. He specifically called that out in school
and then
shootings.
children in schools died the same day, but y'all don't have them out.
This is an event for him.
I don't
It doesn't matter if you don't care about it. You're asking why we're doing this. This is why we do it.
But you're only.
But hold on, hold on.
I guarantee
Hold on,
that
just-
this is gonna be the
hold on,
only
hold on.
memorial service that I ever see you host, that I ever see you at.
We actually have
unless-
some more stuff, but this.
For who?
For-
The dickers that were killed
Just
because of what they
hold
believe?
on. I'll get into that in a second. Just let me say something. I forgot what you were saying. I'm trying to just think about it. My brain's going 100 miles an hour. What did you say again?
I said, did you care about the Democrats that were
Right.
also killed?
Okay, so before that though, so standing up for one thing doesn't mean we don't care about another thing.
Yeah,
so,
but you didn't.
Real quick.
But you don't get to pick and choose things that you think are wrong. If you think it's wrong, it's wrong.
It should be wrong.
Charlie Kirk getting killed and assassinated is wrong.
Okay.
Just like everybody else that was innocent and was killed.
I agree with you.
Okay, then
And if
why
they-
did you not fucking do anything? Like, you literally did not care enough.
But
when did anybody else?
if there was a campus event for that, I'd go to it.
But did you?
I
There's
to
definitely
my,
campus events
I'm
for
only
all of that
human.
shit.
I'm only human. To my knowledge, I don't know if there was. If there was, then I would do that, or I would tell people to go to
Clearly, you
that.
gave a fuck enough about Charlie Kirk to
But this
make an event.
okay, but this is the point. If I go to In-N-Out, I'm from California. If I go to In-N-Out right now and I get a burger, does that mean I only like burgers, or can I like Italian food too? Just because I'm at the burger place right now, talking about the burger place, eating with people at the burger place, does that mean I only like burgers? No, I can like something else.
What world does that make sense in?
Just because we're standing up for this doesn't mean we don't care about something else. That's why the majority of people out here are saying, "Oh, what about the school shooting? What about the school shooting?" It was an evil thing.
You didn't
How do you know what we're
when it
gonna
was
do?
anybody else. What do you have?
You just said I didn't do it.
No.
How can you know what I've done? How do you know
Because
I didn't do
asked
yesterday?
you before and we talked earlier and you said you didn't do it.
I
I'm
hear
asking you right now what events y'all have lined up. You said you have events lined up.
This is my first day out here. First day.
Oh, well, I'm
Same
asking
as you.
what events you have lined up.
We have been out here the same
I'm
amount of
just curious.
time.
I want to go to the rest of the events that y'all have lined up.
There's something on the 24th. There's gonna be a speaker or something. I don't know.
Who's speaking?
I don't know.
For what? Is it another memorial for the people that have been killed? 'Cause
That's what
I really
the
meant.
sergeant at the police station told
That's
me.
what I really meant. Is that, so it's not y'all then. So
It's
not you.
Turning Point. It's our organization.
Okay.
But do you agree that just because you can stand up for one thing doesn't mean that we don't care about another thing?
I already said that I don't agree with that. But
You don't agree with
wait. Say that again?
Not this specifically. In general, if you stand up and even fight
I
for
don't
one.
think that means that you only care about that one thing.
Okay, so then why are you saying that all these people here with me don't care about school shootings?
But I'm just saying that you didn't do this when anyone else died.
It happened 5 days
Whenever
ago.
the fucking...
How do you know?
Exactly.
She's in charge.
The school shooting happened the same exact day.
She's in charge. How do you know she doesn't have an event planned tomorrow? I have
I'm
no
asking.
idea.
I'm asking.
But it's my first day. So we're running in circles.
But it's okay
my
that I
first
asked.
day.
You know what I mean?
If there was an event, which we already had a guy out here get kicked out because he didn't have approval to be here. You can't just set up a table. I asked her over Instagram yesterday. I've never met her. This is my first day meeting her. She's in charge. I said, hey, would it be cool if I set up a separate table, a different place? She said, no, you have to get permission from the campus because that's how it works. Because there's people, whatever. Look what happened in freaking Utah. Someone got assassinated. So there has to be regulation for stuff. But my point is, over we've talked about. I don't know where the sign is. Someone was. I made it, but It said the truth with the greater than sign, your feelings.
Right.
The truth is greater than how you feel.
Agreed.
Someone could
Same
feel.
goes for you too.
I agree. That's why, to my best ability, I'm only human. I make
So
mistakes,
then
but I stand for
why
truth.
Why are you not holding Charlie Kirk accountable for the things that he did say were hateful? You're just saying that he was this loving, just oh my God, like God-fearing man who just was like so holier than thou. But he wasn't.
No, he said multiple times, I'm not better than any of you. I'm the same as all of you. I do my best.
But I'm asking you a question.
What's the question? You said it was hateful, or what I stand for?
No, why do you not hold him accountable for the things that he said that were hateful?
If he did say something hateful, I would 100% hold him accountable.
But
That's why I'm
you haven't
asking.
been this whole entire time.
So
We've been
that's why I'm
telling
asking
you.
you.
He said black women were less than and
He didn't
can't
say
think.
that.
Okay. He said that black women can't think like other people.
He didn't say that.
He said that they don't have like the mental like.
The quote. So much stuff is being taken out of context, but he actually didn't even say black women. He said either women or people. He never even said race. He was talking about DEI because people are being hired strictly based off of their skin color, which I believe is wrong. I think it is. I played football here. I know. I watched the NFL.
You played football here?
I did. I watched the. Hey, can you speak up a little bit? I watched the NFL all the time. I grew up with that. I know every. Okay, testing, 1, 2, testing. No? Testing. Hello. Yeah, okay. Thank you, bro. Okay, so we're good.
Hey, ask them why they haven't been here. Why is this the first time they're coming to protest? Get it on video. Why is it the first time they've come to protest?
I will. I'm gonna ask her first. All right, we got demons out here, bro. Hey, so your thing said
No sympathy for Nazis.
right, and also fascist, right?
Yes.
You know sympathy for Nazis and fascists?
So you see, fascists and Nazis both have authoritarian, ideologies. And those
Right.
Those authoritarian ideologies tend to be more, right-wing. And right now, some of those ideologies include harming children, with guns.
Got it. Real quick.
I'm still on
No, hold on though. I'm interviewing. So, what is a fascist?
A bitch.
Yeah, that's all we needed. Thank you. Hey, Jesus loves you. Have a good one. Demons, bro. This is Texas State University, San Marcos, Texas. We're exposing evil out here because these people are bold enough to spread hate and to have signs because there's demons in them. They can't back it up with truth, though. That's all it is, bro. Can't even say what a fascist is. That's all you need. You ask questions, and it does it itself. Oh man.
she not able to define it?
Nope, she just said, "Oh, bitch," and I said, "Thank you." She has a sign that says Charlie Kirk was a Nazi and a fascist, and I said, "What's a fascist?" She stopped for like 5 seconds. Oh, bitch! You can't reason with people that have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's why I'm not up there, because
Yeah.
I know what I'm here to support, but I don't have the knowledge to support.
Hey, you just gotta learn stuff, and you'll find your way. But yeah, it's all crazy, all crazy. What's up, bro?
Where's this dude again?
Is that like my nemesis over there?
Probably.
Is that like my
your
Lex?
biggest op?
I'm assuming you're only here to support them.
Yeah, I'm with them.
Okay, good.
Oh, I don't have that picture in my camera roll.
This is what it was just supposed to be like a memorial. Here in support of Charlie, and we got this.
Oh my god, he's talking about Dr. Alter, bro.
Should we ask him what a fascist is, real quick?
Oh my god, do it.
Yo. Refusal to talk is ignorance,
Wait,
bro.
what are y'all interviewing about? I'm part of the same kind of deal.
Okay, and we just want to ask him a question. Yo, bro, hey, real quick. So you're saying he was a fascist and dictator, whatever, right? What is a fascist? What is a fascist?
If someone self-proclaims flat, you said, excuse me, I'm not. You said self-proclaimed.
This is what's dangerous. If you can't define what you're talking about so passionately, it gets dangerous, bro. That's how you get distracted and just confused.
Oh yeah.
Not you, just you, anybody.
Sure.
I'm just saying. Okay. Because I know to the best of my ability. Dude, this is why people need Jesus, bro. It's crazy. But to anybody watching this, you gotta keep your eyes open because there's evil people out there, bro. Look what happened.
I saw those hella people.
Bro, I've asked 3 people what a fascist is. They can't answer it because they don't know, but they'll hold a sign for it and scream about it to the top of their lungs because it's just demons, bro. It's demons speaking through people.
So you're more on the religious side of this?
Yeah. I mean, I made the sign that says, above all, Jesus is king. Just bringing people to Jesus is the best thing to do.
I do agree with that.
Dang, did I not post? This Wi-Fi sucks.
Dog.
I'm not surprised though.
Tell you about it.
Texas State.
Right.
It's crazy,
It's about all this, but won't answer a single question.
It's crazy. They can't do it. Notice how they'll talk to me about all these other points, but then the second they get questioned about what they're talking about, they can't answer it. No, exactly, bro. Oh boy.
I was a part of the protest last week.
Yeah, what's up? What's
I
up?
can speak on it. So,
Oh, the teacher getting fired?
Dr. Alter, beyond the claims of the university of him inciting violence through his speech that he gave, were just unfounded upon reading the transcript.
Well, do you think that he shouldn't have been fired because of free speech?
Yeah, my stance is because also I'm gonna talk about SB 2972, which also kind of messes with our free speech here. But I do believe since he was not participating in a university like funded or whatever activity, he was outside of working hours. He was giving it to an independent group that was not students.
Okay. With that being said, in general question, is it legal for a 45-year-old man to have sex with a 22-year-old woman?
It is legal, but it's not.
Legal. I know, but I'm saying, so would it be legal and right and a justifiable offense to get fired if a 45-year-old professor outside of the college campus had sex with a 22-year-old student?
A 22-year-old student of the university?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
it's outside of property, and it's illegal to do that. But in the realm of being a professor, you can do some things.
Is this something that Alter did?
No, just theoretical question.
This is completely theoretical. Yeah. I mean, personally, I would believe that you could get fired for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, like, I saw some lines that he said, and I know the president of the campus is a solid dude, so I would think to get escalated that, I would think it's justifiable. But if it wasn't, then it wasn't. But I believe in our president, so of the.
I have personally lost faith in Dampus, also just because he has aligned with the government in Texas in enforcing this bill, SB 2972, which states that of 10 p.m. and 8 a.m., expressive activities are no longer allowed on university
Well,
campuses.
I don't know about that. I'm kind of more here to talk
That's why I'm talking about it.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know about that. I can't speak on things I don't know about, but yeah. I just want to say Jesus loves you though. Jesus loves you, bro. He has a plan for your life. I care about you as a human being. I love that shirt. Star Wars is awesome. Yeah. So just want to say, whatever you're looking for, whether it's Jesus or anything, look for truth with love. Because if I say something to you truthful, I can asshole and be rude about it, right? Even though what I'm saying is true. But if I'm just all loving you, like, hey, bro, you do whatever you want, it's okay, and you're in the wrong, I'm wrong for that because I'm not holding you accountable. So if you have truth and love, that's what you need to look into. That's what Jesus preached. So if you haven't looked into it, I encourage you to just follow Jesus and just go along with that.
I mean, I've looked into it. I've just into my own.
I got you. And it says, it says in Romans 12, do not be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And it also says, I think in Proverbs, it says, I forgot the verse, it says, do not walk in your own steps of prints in front of you so that you're able to step, something like that. You know the verse I'm talking
But
about.
also, faith in God and Jesus, and to what extent they're the same person, I suppose. But that belief in faith is not everything. I believe it's either Matthew 14:12 or 12:14. I get the thing confused. But it's basically stating those that believe in me, Jesus, will go on to do great works that are similar to what I have done, as well as further works that are even greater, as I am going to God. So not only is that responsibility done through faith in some examples, it's also done just by people, by taking, even if you don't believe that Jesus is the Son of God, whatever, you can believe in the sort of more.
I'm gonna be out here as long as they let me. The thing says 10 to 4, but I don't know. Let's go, man. Excuse me, bro. Excuse me. Excuse me.
How do you feel about the people that aren't?
Are you guys talking about this? This?
Oh my God! And then he's going around saying that
I looked at. I just looked
at
it up.
something that was against Joe Biden. So then they got shot.
Do you guys know about this?
Look again. I'm gonna say.
I just looked it
what I
up.
told you. No one should die because of political beliefs.
I
Right?
agree.
So then why are you trying to debate me?
Because that was the reason they were killed.
For the political beliefs, but I'm just here saying about 2 lives that were lost.
Okay, there's so many freaking people, bro. I can't like. What's your name again?
I'm John.
John Mason.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Grady. Nice to meet
Grady.
you.
Grady. Mason. Travis. Nice to meet you.
I'll be back. I have class in like 10 minutes.
I got you. Not entire. No, I'm doing an internship thing, but.
Are you part of like Turning Point or anything?
I just joined today.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you join? You just joined the group me?
I just DM'd them on Instagram and then joined the group me, but she said anybody can join. But I'm gonna try to take over their social media because I do like editing and stuff. Because they like don't post everything. There's so much.
There's a lot going on.
I'm only 5'8", bro. I can't see.
That's why she walked away. I can tell anyone because I love each and every person out here.
You want to say some stuff? What are you talking about?
We were just talking. The last person that left, she was just like, "I'll never forgive him. I'll never forgive whatever."
know. It was more so the fact of.
Well, she said she would never forgive him.
Do we honor a legacy of hate?
I know, but she said she would never forgive him for what he said. And I said to her, if you do not forgive your enemy or forgive the person who persecutes you, God the Father will not forgive you in heaven. Right. And she said, well, that doesn't matter to me. And I was like, okay. And she left. I won't leave because I love you and I will try and save your soul from hate.
Absolutely.
Because hate is what cuts you off from God.
So you believe that Charlie Kirk is cut off from God?
No, if he follows Christ and he followed him and he forgave everyone.
Do you agree he spread hateful rhetoric towards?
I believe he spread violent rhetoric when he would say, "Oh, it's a necessary," and God said, "You live by the sword, you die by the sword." That's why you need to follow Christ, who loves everyone. Bring me everyone. You're weary, you're heavy laden, and I will give them rest. Take from my yoke. That means Christ is saying, "Follow my teachings, and you will spread love, kindness, and you will never be able to judge anyone because I am no better than anyone out here."
Hey, what's your guys' names, by the way?
My name's Cameron.
Cameron Mason.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name, bro?
Can't give it for the record. Nice to meet you, though.
All right, are you in track and field, though? You know Drew Donnelly?
I do.
That's my dog. I play with him.
Oh, shit. It's my teammate.
Heck yeah, bro. I guess so. You think he had violent stuff? He was spreading violent stuff, like
yes.
Rhetoric. Yes, absolutely.
Do you think it was like? Are you saying he was just talking about it?
Yeah, so he wasn't condemning it.
Okay.
He wasn't condemning it, which is complicity. Right?
What violence?
So saying that for our Second Amendment, right? People need to die. People don't need to die for the Second Amendment. Is it a tragedy that people do die? Absolutely.
They have that quote over there, but he didn't say need to die. He said unfortunately people will die.
Unfortunately, people will die, which
that's true. But I was making a point to a girl earlier. I was saying that car deaths, whether it's drunk driving or just regular car accidents, are 50,000 deaths a year. That's 3 times as many as gun deaths, not including suicide.
And it's a tragedy.
Right, but I was telling her, should we ban cars because that's causing death?
No, you shouldn't ban anything. And you have to look at it like this, right? So
regulation of it.
When we look at, when we ask God, when we talk to God, when we pray to God, we always say, like, hey, give me the strength to do this. Hey, give me the strength to do that. Hey, I have an addiction, God. Give me the strength to beat this addiction.
Yeah.
God doesn't just magically take your addiction away. He puts it right in front of you and he gives you a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
And he says, your choice will determine your future.
Right.
What you do is what will determine. So if
I have expression of love is freedom. That's why we have the freedom to do whatever we want.
Exactly.
I agree
that
with
is
you.
God's final testament.
What do you believe that he spread that was hateful or violent?
So if I was in his position, right, I wouldn't be not talking about this. I wouldn't be not talking about civil rights. I wouldn't be talking about the major
school shootings.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was my point with another girl over here. I was saying, this is Turning Point event. This is his organization. This is the event at this point in time. So I was telling somebody else, because the majority of people are saying, oh, what about the school shootings? What about Gaza? Standing up for one thing and speaking out against one thing.
You have to stand up against all of it.
You do,
but I am an outspoken
but just because you're doing something at one point in time doesn't mean disregarding something else. So just because I made 5 of these signs, just because you're up here standing up for this doesn't mean that I don't care about the school shooting.
Understand?
I posted a thing about school shootings. I hate that stuff.
What I'm saying for this, when you have a platform that reaches millions, when you
Especially
cover
younger minds too.
When you
Especially
cover
younger
one
minds.
subject, I'm not saying you don't care about the other subject, but when you cover one subject and not the other, it shows favoritism to everyone who's watching.
I can quote. This is my first day with Turning Point.
I understand.
So I'm saying I can quote him word for word though. He said, "We have guns and security. We have guns and security and metal detectors in our sports arenas, our airports, but not our schools with our children in them." He was talking about school shootings. So he talks about that stuff.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the media and people that refuse to see truth will clip stuff out of context. They'll only talk about one thing, and they won't talk about the overall message, which was
where did he
that
cover this?
Was that clipped out?
This has been over 2 years and 300,000 plus deaths of civilians.
I don't have an encyclopedia of every single word he's ever said.
Well, what I'm saying is for the past year, I have been looking at it, and I was even, being in the military, told I was wrong when I was calling Israel out for the genocide.
I'm
in the military, I was being called out.
I'm sure.
He's fighting for the right to have freedom of speech, and they're trying to
I agree with that.
That's insane.
So I'm saying he has a podcast daily.
I know.
It's impossible. It's impossible. Think about it. It's impossible not to talk about.
But he didn't cover it.
How would you know that?
Because I listened to it for the past year and a half.
But here's the thing. He was my biggest guy in politics.
I understand.
I haven't seen all this stuff. So it's impossible to say if he didn't or at the same time. a long time. Because I'm saying if he said something was like, yeah, they should have died, totally wrong.
No, he didn't cover any.
But I'm saying you can't say there was a lack of something when you haven't seen all your
There's a lack of condemnation.
But this is what I'm
Bad
saying.
things happen when good men do nothing.
This is what I'm saying though. If you like the NFL, and who's your favorite team?
I love sports.
I'm a Bears fan. Let's say Bears had a season, and I didn't even watch the season, but I said, yeah, they're terrible. How can I say a team did bad without watching their games? That's why I'm saying you can't say somebody hated Gaza or didn't talk about it when you haven't seen all of it.
I can say he didn't talk about it, and that was one of the major things. Because I listened to his podcast, and I have seen over the past year and a half, he hasn't taken a stance on it.
I'd have to look at it. I'm not going to pretend like he did that all the time. But
I'm not saying he didn't either, but what I'm saying when he had the opportunity to, just like a lot of other people have.
I'm saying based off of the stuff I followed and what I saw him talk about, I'm sure he would have talked about. I know he talked about the Israel stuff, and he was on both sides of that. Like he kind of flip-flopped with certain points on that. So I'm sure he talked about it. I can't say you're wrong because maybe he did. There is a possibility that he did, but I believe that overall, I think he probably
So managed to get a scholarship.
That's what I mean.
100%. But without that, I would not be here to even have this conversation with you in the first place. I really disagree with what Charlie Kirk said about the whole DEI and civil rights because I am a product of DEI.
Okay.
And I
second field, right? So. Yeah. Do you think that you should have been let on the team because you're good at your sport or because of your skin color? Like in your acceptance letter, do you think, I know you didn't say your name, but do you think they should have said, hey, you're on the team because you're a black person? Or do you think it should be like, we saw your film, we saw how good you do, we saw your times, this is why we want you?
Absolutely. Do you believe that rhetoric is spread throughout every single one in the hiring process and jobs and stuff? Because with that logic, I think that we would never have any of these problems because we have the best of the best.
Overall, yes. Sometimes no, because there's loser people out there, and I don't stand for those loser people. But overall, yeah, I do think that it's law. You can't not hire somebody because of something that's illegal.
Correct.
So that's not an overwhelming thing. Sure, that might happen sometimes, just like some cops can be losers.
Right.
But overall, cops, I believe, are people that put their life on the line to keep people safe.
So Charlie Kirk said he was, uncomfortable with somebody, a DEI hire specifically flying the plane or anything. Do you think I am less capable of doing certain jobs because of the color of my skin?
No, but it shouldn't be about the color of your skin. It should be about your skill. So specifically with the pilot stuff, he wasn't talking about one person, he was talking about DEI in all and said, hey, if I had, I'm pretty sure he said 2 female as well, not just black.
It was.
So the problem is DEI is they're hiring people, they're interviewing people strictly based off of their skin color. Those people might have skill. There's
a difference between hiring and interviewing them. Right? But the law says you have to talk to X amount of people of color to get the job. That still does not promise
the Rooney Rule in the NFL was hiring or interviewing. The airport thing was.
Source?
I can look it up. I don't know this much, but I'm saying it was multiple. I can't. There were different airlines with the different things. So I can't speak for all airlines. Well, but I'm saying DEI in general. I'm saying DEI in general. It doesn't talk about the skill problem because this is what I'm saying. If there was a plane with all female pilots or all black pilots, he was saying that I would question that because of DEI and the public announcement that they put out saying, hey, we're going to hire people for their skin color. Those people might be skilled, but there's a good amount of people that aren't going to be skilled and they're just getting hired to meet that quota.
So you said the whole DEI thing was a law saying that they had to interview.
It's not a law. I don't think it's a law.
You said it was a law.
No. It was a regulation by the company. I don't think it was like a law by the country.
Okay, well, you said it was the hiring process saying they have to interview X amount of people that are people of color, right? Does that guarantee the people of color that position? Does DEI guarantee that people of color? Because I see what you mean. I would totally, if I was a hired person, and I had a qualified white person, a qualified black person, I'd go with the qualified white person because they're qualified. But that's not the case. That pilot was there regardless because she was qualified. To have a position of that stature, you cannot be, to serve the country that she's literally flying for to be on that thing, there is no way she was unqualified for that position. right? She probably had to go through multiple things and multiple interviews saying this woman is the right fit for the job.
So American Airlines got slammed for it, rightly so, but it says American Airlines terminated its DEI hiring practices in December of 2024 following a discrimination complaint. Southwest Airlines, DEI recruitment, United Airlines, DEI hiring goals, aiming towards 50% women or people of color.
Search if you don't mind
Airlines DEI, just in general. So I get what you're saying.
Right.
I'll never see a black person and be like, yo, you can't do that. I'm saying that if you're gonna see people hire people because of that,
but they're not hiring, they're interviewing. That's what she said.
All of this at hiring. The NFL thing was, the Rooney Rule was interviewing.
Right.
That was a different thing.
So are we going off the NFL or are we going off Google?
I'm just talking about DI in general. I think.
Can I bring up a point?
Yeah.
It goes into hiring. It goes into hiring, and I've seen people get promoted based on color in government organizations.
Not skill.
This is
not skill.
Not skill, no.
This is
At all.
Interviewing. I think that's still wrong. You shouldn't get the opportunity to be interviewed strictly because of your skin color.
Why not?
Because you should be like, hey, this is my resume. These are my qualifications. Take a look at it. Not, I'm a black person and I want to work here. And oh, you're hired because we need to meet a quota. So I'm sure there are tons of awesome black women airline people out there.
So that goes back to the saying. So if it wasn't a DEI hire, do you think she's just as qualified as anybody else to have that position?
If she has the same skill set, yes. You know what it is?
So why did he feel threatened when she was in that position?
It wasn't an actual scenario. He was saying if I was in that situation.
He would feel uncomfortable. Why?
I would.
You would too?
If you went on a plane and the whole crew, how many people are in a plane? 15 people? If they were all women, you wouldn't be like,
no, they're
pause.
qualified.
How do you know that? With the public statement that they put out saying, we're not going to...
What's your major?
Exercise sports science.
Do you believe that the classes you take to become an exercise scientist don't matter?
Some of them don't, because I think a lot of colleges are scam.
So why are you
For football, I was playing football.
Are you still playing football?
I transferred and my credits got messed up and I'm still trying to play.
So why? Oh, so you're trying to play?
I was on the team. Got messed up during the off season. I have to try out.
So I digress. I see what you mean with your opinion about they shouldn't because of that, but there's certain skill sets and qualifications you have to have in order to elevate yourself to a certain position.
That's the thing.
You don't believe that lady has the qualifications to be in that position, regardless of the color of her skin.
Not 100%. Possibly no.
And you don't think that anybody else has to go through the same things to achieve those positions?
That's what I'm saying. Not all women pilots are bad pilots. I'm saying if you're going to put out a public statement.
So would you feel scared and would you say? What did you say?
Concerned?
Uncomfortable? Yeah, uncomfortable if it was all women?
Yes.
Okay, what about white women? How about that? How would you feel about them?
Any women, bro.
Really?
They could be purple. I don't care.
Really?
Can I
Yes.
ask you a rhetorical question?
Yes.
All right, so let's say you're about to go to war.
What's your name again, bro? All right, guys. This is John. He's my temporary cameraman. Give him some love. I have 2 viewers. But yeah, we're going to be out here all day.
No, I see. No, I agree. No, I agreed with him what he said. I solely think it should be based off of skill and merit.
Yeah, of course.
But I also feel as if though, without DEI, the people with the skill and merit, because of the color of their skin, won't even be an option.
But this is what I'm saying. So.
Because he just said it himself. There are tons of African American people, tons of black people, tons of white people that are just as qualified to have the position. So why do they get an interview?
Okay, ready? This is what I'm saying. So
without DEI, I don't think that'd be possible.
Someone look up on their phone while I'm talking how many people are employed at airlines in the United States. Just someone look it up real quick. But I'm saying it bums me out to talk about race so much because, like I said, I play football.
But it's our reality.
I know, but the only way
I get discriminated on a daily basis.
It's not going to go away because people aren't going to stop talking about it. But the only way to get rid of it is to stop talking about it and treat everybody as equal, like MLK said. All men are created equal. That's what he stood for. Charlie quoted him
So MLK was actually a political figure assassinated for having an opinion. Let's just get that out of the way. He was a family man, and the civil rights movement did not just stop dead in its tracks because of that. And I also want to digress by saying, if we actually did what we said, this conversation would never be happening. Think about it.
It wouldn't be happening if he didn't do what he said. I agree with you.
Nope, not at all.
I think that's why he was awesome.
But the reason why we have this division in the first place is because people are being discriminated against.
I don't think that. I think the overwhelming majority of why people are celebrating an assassination on live TV of a guy. Hold on. The main reason is because people get indoctrinated and believe lies on social media.
So you're not indoctrinated.
No, if I believe something that's not true, I will look into that and I will do my best to reason with that.
What you said, remember when you said source, you pulled out your phone, kind of fumbled a little bit, and then put it back in your pocket.
No, I looked up the DEI Airlines thing. I gave you 4 different airlines.
Right.
Yeah.
But I said, before that.
Ooh, I'm not.
I forgot what I said. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
But like I said, I think to get rid of a problem, you have to acknowledge it. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, with truth. With truth.
So you do not believe that I'm discriminated against because of the color of my skin?
You could be, and that would be wrong.
Is that? It's not a yes or no. It's more so of a. It's happening.
I'm not going to say all
basis.
white people discriminate you, all colleges discriminate you, all people discriminate you. You could be discriminated against. That's a possibility. Yes.
So
that would be wrong.
Experience discrimination.
Oh,
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know you.
So let me fill it in.
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
I have. I've been here. I was actually walking to a party. I got called the N-word. Do you think that's fair?
I don't think people should do that. No.
No, it's not. That's hateful, right? That's not a teaching of Jesus, right?
Sure.
So first, to acknowledge that problem of people randomly calling me the N-word, don't you think we should acknowledge, hey, this is wrong and this is hateful? Why? And why do we do this?
I agree with that.
But you said in order to solve the race problem, we need to stop talking about it.
In terms of judging and hiring and looking at people because of their skin color.
I'm talking about discrimination.
Discriminating because of anything is wrong, not just skin color.
Okay.
If you discriminate,
but we're here because of this very problem.
This
right?
isn't about skin color. It's about a person.
You just said discrimination's wrong, though. Period. Right?
Yeah.
So he was discriminated against for having an opinion. I'm discriminated against because of the color of my skin. Right? It's the same. It's all the same.
Evil, regardless of who it's targeted toward, is wrong.
So we should stop talking about this because that's going to make the problem go away.
No, because this gives.
So what's the difference? I'm trying to figure out what's the difference.
You shouldn't stop talking about.
But that's what you said.
You know what I mean? You shouldn't.
I don't know what you mean. You have to explain it.
You shouldn't not talk about it as in conversation. Talk about it as in your daily dialogue and just how you talk to people.
Today, I think it's wrong that I'm discriminated against because of the color of my skin.
Yes, that's wrong.
Okay.
We think it's wrong that somebody got assassinated on live TV and people celebrating it.
So we agree.
Okay. And I just want to touch on one thing because I was saying it earlier. I wanted to say I played football here. I'm super bummed out that so much stuff is about race because I know it's not everything, but I'm saying dog, I have so many black friends. Most of my friends here are black. I'm just saying that. So I can't be most of the time you can't be racist if you're like loving on people that you should hate if you're racist.
I got called the N-word by a Christian.
That's not a Christian like that.
Oh, it's not?
No.
But they claim the same religion as me and they claim the same.
Fuck Charlie Kirk!
I'm sorry, bro.
Fuck Charlie Kirk!
N-word, the Christian, that's not God.
It's not. It's not.
It's man.
But
Texas State University.
I'd be listening to this guy, bro. He's a great guy. He's a man.
Yeah.
That's exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's evil, bro.
Yeah. The politics is like whatever.
So I fight this guy.
Oh yeah, I'll do this. I'm coming back.
Okay, we're back. Oh, that guy talked to me for a while, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Hey, thank you.
I'm John. I'll meet you, bro. Giving people a public
Oh boy. I wish we had like a fence thing, so we could like walk around with other people.
I really wish we had like this. Are y'all coming when Cliff comes?
When's he coming?
Yes. He's coming November 6th to 9th.
No shot. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Cliff. I'll be there.
November 6th to 9th.
Heck yeah.
I know November 6th for sure. I think he'll be here.
He comes by Texas State a lot.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, you see, let's see why. You see why.
Does he live in Texas?
I believe so. I don't know for sure.
And have people looking like me.
Do you want to talk to us? Say some stuff?
Do you have any questions?
No, I mean this is our event. We're just asking why people are here.
I'm just gonna say this. I don't understand why people are out here with this kind of energy talking about Charlie Kirk when we need to care about other deaths just as much. Any innocent death is a wrong death. That includes Palestine, that includes school shootings, that includes anything else. They should be mad about this just like they should be mad about Palestine.
Okay, so I agree with 99% of what you just said, but so we're only here for a couple hours, so why does standing up for one thing mean you don't care about another thing? Because I totally care about everything you just said.
I'm just confused because I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong, but say the turning point support Charlie Kirk.
I mean, your opinions about a different country in an ongoing war. There's so many different conversations that can go into that. Right. So I don't think you can call someone, unless he said those people deserve to die. I don't think you can call someone hateful for that, for saying like, oh, I agree with how this leader acted in this country. So just with that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But what I was saying to you is like, I think the majority of people here are talking about like, what about school shootings? What about whatever? This was his organization. Turning Point USA. This is our organization. We're only here for a couple hours. We're talking about the assassination that happened. That's why this event's happening. Okay. You go to a concert for that artist, right? You're not gonna go to a freaking Kendrick Lamar concert and see someone be like, "Why don't you like Drake? You don't like Drake." It's like, oh, we're here for Kendrick. Like that's why we're at the concert. So. It's just kind of empty when people say, like, why don't you hear about that? Because like you don't even know me. How do you? I posted about the school shooting when it happened. Okay. Like it's evil. So I don't know why it disregards stuff. So I think people just start screaming and don't have conversations. And that's what Charlie was about. People can call him hateful all he wants, but he would have trans people, gay people, black people, women, every single person of any identity, whatever you want to call the crowd. Like when a trans person came up specifically, the crowd, like at a college campus, would literally boo the person when they came up, and he'd say, hey, don't boo them, let him talk. I want to talk to him.
But at the same time, the things he said, he would still, like, even though he would do that, he would still denounce those identities publicly.
Right. So he's a Christian. Right. I'm a Christian.
Okay.
So disagreeing with someone's lifestyle isn't hateful unless you make it hateful. So me personally, if you go square every night and you're getting blackout drunk, you're falling on the walk, you're hooking up with a bunch of dudes. What's your name?
My name is
B. Mason. Nice to meet you. If I say care about you, what you're doing, I believe is wrong. You're worth more than that. You can do more than that with your life. You shouldn't be doing this. So I'm disagreeing with your lifestyle and your actions, but I'm saying it in a truthful and loving way. Because there's two things. I don't know what you believe in, but I just want to say Jesus loves you. But I'm saying,
I'm a Christian.
Okay, cool. So I'm saying two things: truth and love. If you apply that to anything, relationships, friendships, your business partner, whatever, your truth and love, you'll be solid for the rest of your life. Because you can be truthful, but you can say it in a rude way, and that makes you an asshole. Yeah. But you can also be loving with no truth, like whatever community you love. So I'm saying you have to have truth and love with things, and that's even politics. If you're lashing out because how you feel, but you can't back it up with truth, you're lost. If you're lashing out about something that happened and what you're saying is true, like some people, if one of our people, like I made that sign that says nobody should be killed over opinions, if that dude saying that said, F you should agree with this, what he's standing for is right, but how he's delivering it is wrong, and that's what Jesus stood for. So that's why I'm here. I talk about everybody, but what I believe, that's what Charlie stood for, was open dialogue and being respectful. That's just what I believe. Sorry, that was a lot, but that's just what I believe.
And I appreciate you taking the time to elaborate on that.
No, for sure, 100%. I like your name, by the way. That's cool. For sure. What was your name again?
Megan.
Megan, nice to meet you.
You would say Jesus back because he didn't come here.
I'm trying to be like you, bro. Damn.
It's because you're a receiver, bro. Should've been linebacker.
Huh?
I was a linebacker.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Fourth Christian.
Where's that at?
It's
I'm from California,
okay.
But I went to high school in New Braunfels, like 20 minutes from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in like the Colleyville area. I don't know if you know what that is, but
My sister goes to TCU, so.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dude, I was like right next to that.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
So like,
that was good though.
Appreciate it.
I think that's your next interview right there.
I've talked to her like 4 times already. Does she still have that sign of those 2 people? Bro, I was telling the other dude that was holding my camera, I didn't know about, like, I didn't think I knew about the specifics about that situation, but I looked it up and I was like spot on. I was like, bro, that's ball knowledge. But, nah, she don't have it anymore. It's hard when there's 7 people.
No, yeah.
You know? I feel like the Jubilee thing. Did you see that? But even then, that was one person comes up to the table at a time, so it's like, damn.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I never answered your question.
What question?
When you said if somebody believes in one thing, that doesn't mean they don't believe in another.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I'm out here because these people are showing this energy for Charlie Kirk. So many other people didn't say anything about Palestine when it first happened. The day that it happened, when the news broke out, I saw so many people online saying, "Oh, rip Charlie Kirk." Nobody was saying anything about the 3 kids in Colorado who got shot.
I mean, there's not nobody. I talked about it, so that's already 1%. Because nobody means
But
zero.
not enough.
Okay, I mean,
People need to speak out more about.
I agree with that, but I think it's. I just think it's not the right place to. You're allowed to. Yeah. It's kind of irrelevant to this. It's not irrelevant in the grand
Not
scheme.
necessarily because Charlie had his own stance.
Not in the grand scheme of things, but to this specifically, it's completely irrelevant. But.
Now she's gonna go because of the president. So what? I need to go marry the fucking president. I need to go.
Should we try to get in here? It's like it's like closed off. I need to like.
That one's intense.
Damn. Should I right here?
No, the one's like in the middle. Right in the middle.
Should I try to get in here? Do you guys want to talk here?
Bro, don't.
No,
Don't do it.
I come from a community of majority immigrants.
You're just trying to profit off this. This
And I
is
would say-
serious.
I have 200 subscribers. I've never gone live ever. This is the first day out here outfitting. I'm not getting paid by anybody.
Bro, dead ass. What you do doesn't help anything.
I'm with them. I'm not some random. I'm with them. I made 5 of those signs.
SJ, is he with you? Is he with you? No, like, is he in Turning Point? Because he's claiming that he's with y'all.
She's not. She doesn't. I've never talked to her. She's not because she doesn't know if I've said some whack thing, so she's not gonna say that.
I don't, bro. I genuinely, you live with such privilege. You live with.
How?
You're. Crazy to say now. That's crazy to say now.
Do you think that all white people have a good life and are privileged?
Are you stupid? All white people.
It's a yes or no question.
All white people have the privilege that minorities don't.
Most homeless people are white.
Are you actually?
So you said that most white people are homeless. I would like to point out that the majority.
Yeah.
I would like you to let me speak first too.
Go ahead.
I would like you to point out the majority of colored communities in the United States are in cities and in places where there is a lot of, let's say, racial profiling.
Okay,
there's
so-
less access to quality
What
jobs.
about legislation
There's
that just push for racial profiling?
So-
El Salvador, can you?
So do you think that 70% of black homes in America are fatherless? Do you think with no respect for society?
Actually,
that does not.
That's just not.
No, it does not. Are you stupid? Just because you do not have a father does not mean that you grew up a terrible person.
Do you have a good relationship with your dad?
Yes.
You do?
Why would I not? Why would I not?
I'm asking a yes or no question. So it doesn't matter though, because when a minority commits 50% of murders, that doesn't mean that all black people are evil, but it means there's a problem within a certain community, and that's a heart and mind problem.
Okay,
maybe
this racial are white. Where's the problem in that? Where's the community
The
problem in
majority of
that?
people in the country are white.
Oh my God.
Okay, so then that also makes valid of people in the country are white, and obviously the majority of people committing crimes are going to be white. So then where does
Where does
everyone know?
Hold on. You just ran yourself into a ground. So black people are 13% of the population and commit 50% of murders. Why isn't it white people that commit murder?
Wait, how about so you brought up
That's a statistic.
you brought up white crime, correct? With gun violence, specifically mass shootings.
No,
Let's talk about
we can talk about that. I'm at real quick though. One question. Why is it that 13% of the population? I'm not saying all black people are evil, but I'm saying why is it that 13% of the population commits 50% of the murders in the entire country?
Can I see your statistics?
No, it's not. It's murder.
Like dead ass. I want to see your statistics. If you can pull up your statistics, I want to.
He has my phone. You can look up whatever you want.
That is gang violence. That is gang violence. That is
And you
black
know what
on
that is?
black crime.
Exactly. Do you not think that's an issue? community.
Then why haven't you been trying to stop it? Where are you at? Where are you at? And you want to
I
know
go
why
to
there's
school.
gang violence? You want to go? You want to know why there's gang violence?
This is my
because
first day with
white privilege exists. White people have been
You know
able
what
to
it
go
is?
in powerful positions.
You know what it is?
What? Okay, where were you when Trump when he had his property and he was evicting black people? He wasn't letting them into their property. Show me the fucking proof.
Not letting me talk about what you're talking about. So I'm saying.
People just don't understand that systemic racism exists. They've never.
Because you live with privilege. You live with privilege.
How is it systemic racism when you choose what you do with your life?
Then why do you want to get rid of DEI? Why do you want to get rid of DEI?
What can I do that she can't do? What can I do?
I can think of a lot of things. First of all, do you want to talk about the wage gap between black people and white people?
What can it's a question. What can I do that she can't do?
Actively.
She's a student at this university. She can do whatever she wants if she puts her mind to it. She has
If
every
you guys
access to
have the
everything.
same exact fucking skill, I'm sorry, but if it's a white man hiring, he's hiring you.
That's not.
That's
That's racist. How can you say you know what someone would do in a hiring process?
Sit here and say white
Do you
people
hold
are
on?
racist.
Do you think that every single white person is racist?
No, I don't.
So then how are you saying some theoretical white person who hires people would be racist and hire a white person over a black person? It makes no sense. You have to use logic.
Existence has some form of bias and racism beside them.
Then why do you keep using the black
That's
people
racist.
point?
That's dangerous to white people because you're saying that all white people are racist. You're saying that all white people are 6%
Every
racist.
single person in existence has a bias and has racism, no matter where the fuck you came from.
Okay.
That doesn't make you a racist
Wait,
person.
stop this right now. Okay, if you are a minority, raise your hand if you have been judged because of your skin.
And that's wrong. And that's wrong.
No, who did it? No, who fucking did that shit?
Just so said black people don't get discriminated.
All white people are racist.
Because they're
All
not.
white people are racist, but how can I not assume that the person in power?
Not all white people are racist. Super simple concept. She said that to some extent, all white people are racist.
Okay.
That's insane.
What do you think about the quote straight from Charlie Kirk that he said, "Black women"?
He didn't say that.
He did say that.
The words
say that.
black women didn't come out of his mouth. He said it was either women or people, and he was talking about people being hired because of DEI and nothing to do with black women. I already showed somebody else. You can look it up.
Yo, are you fucking stupid?
No, I don't think so.
Bro, if we would say, I'm reading the quote
show me the
exactly
video.
from this fucking shit. What is Yahoo now? What a liberal sissy news outlet? It's fucking Yahoo.
Who said that? I didn't say that.
Joy Reid, Michelle Obama, Sheila Jackson Lee, Cassandra Brown were affirmative action picks. What? He said that. He said that.
Yeah, because I don't. The concept of DEI is super simple. No one should get hired because of their skin color.
Then why are
it
only
shouldn't
white
be talked
people
about.
hired? Why are only white people?
Only white people are hired.
Literally,
Can I say something really quick? When segregation ended, let me put it in baby banana terms. Segregation end. People still racist. Even though segregation over, people don't hire black people because they racist. DEI
And they would be wrong for that.
Exactly, and that's why DEI protections exist. No, listen. DEI protections exist so you can't enact sexism, racism, homophobia in the workplace.
It's already a law that you can discriminate because of race in a hiring practice. DEI has nothing to do with that. DEI is you get hired because of your skin color. Thank you. This is what I'm saying. It's already wrong if people don't get hired because of that. It's already wrong. That's in law already. I'm saying the DEI specifically gender and they hire because of that.
What does DEI stand for?
Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Okay, so diversity,
You-
equity.
you-
Oh no! Wait!
Let her come in. Let her come in.
I searched your exact thing. That black people commit 50% of crimes, right? Right, and they're 13% of the population.
No, it's 70% of crimes, 50 murders.
It's false. Okay. Black Americans accounted for 26% of all arrests, while white Americans accounted for 71.
Wait, but why do you believe? Wait, hold on.
And the quote that you're
so you
pushing,
said-
the quote that you're pushing
what did you
is
say
straight
exactly
from white
so I can
supremacist assholes.
About the DEI thing?
No, about the crime rate thing.
Black people are 13% of the population, commit 50% of murders.
And why do you believe
That's
that?
not right.
Because It is right.
No, but why do you? Hold on, let that happen. Why do you believe that happens?
Real quick. Okay.
Talk to me. Don't even worry.
So, I was telling them I played football here.
Okay.
I know it doesn't mean like, oh, you're not racist, but like most of my friends here are black.
Okay.
So it's not. I know it's not a thing, but I'm saying 70% of black homes in America in the entire country are fatherless. 70%. Okay. So I'm saying if you don't have respect for a father figure, you can't have respect for authority or people in society.
Okay, but can we have the crime rate discussion? Why do you believe that 50% of black people create those crimes? You ain't got a father now.
Because I think as a whole the black community is lost.
Yes,
I think
but why is that?
They need to bring back the nuclear family of a loving husband and a loving wife in a marriage, have kids, and raise your kids to be good people.
Why do you believe as a black community we're lost, and who created that system for us?
Because unfortunately, a lot of black people will take the victim card and say like, oh, because of slavery but I was talking about her. I said, anybody. I was saying, what can she do, or what can I do that she can't do in 2025? We have.
Okay, hold on. We're shifting a lot, though, sir. I believe that
higher position of promotion compared to me.
That's not true.
Anyways,
that's completely true.
That's college acceptance.
There's gonna be more arguments if we don't stick to what we're talking about. What I'm talking about is the crime rate, and I believe that happened because of slavery and segregation, etc. Because you rip families apart, millions of families, mind you, and then they were fatherless. So going up, they're gonna have anger towards that. So what makes you think that we're supposed to just rebuild what you guys destructed in the first place?
Well, first of all, it's not you guys, because I have no association with anybody that owned slaves.
Makes you think that?
Because just because I'm white doesn't mean I supported slavery.
I never said that.
Excuse
me, I never said that. But I'm saying as a whole, there is a lot of paperwork. Yes, you guys as a whole, because me, I don't have a crime rate.
But there is no as a whole, because the group would be racist people. I'm not in that group. That's what I'm saying.
I understand that.
So there's no you guys.
But that
people that had slaves.
Yes.
Decades, hundreds of years ago. I mean, I don't see the relevance. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I understand that.
The civil rights movement and segregation was less than 100 years
Ruby
ago.
Ridge still alive. I'm very
The very same people. The current president Donald Trump was 18 years old at the time Ruby Bridges was trying to integrate into an all-white school. Those very people that were perpetuating and stealing the system are still alive and well. You mean to tell me in the 2 generations since that happened, everyone's learned to love?
No.
Are you telling me?
No, there's racist people.
Okay,
they're wrong for that.
There's an entire system.
So what are you doing about it?
In the United States that perpetuates down black people. What makes you think in the less than 100 years?
What's my phone at, by the way?
That the system has turned around and now it's going to be able to benefit us more than it benefits you.
Skin color, gender, anything.
So then why are you supporting Charlie Kirk? If you're calling out evil, why
because
are you
I believe that he
him?
stood up for truth in a loving way.
What
and
was
let people
truth
debate.
and love was he standing for exactly? Especially when he said that empathy didn't exist.
Oh, that's another thing taken out of context. He said he doesn't like the word empathy because
he said it.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
He supported
it. Let him finish.
So he said, I don't like the word empathy, and then people cut the clip off. He said, I would rather use the word sympathy.
Okay, so I sympathize with him. I don't have empathy.
Because empathy is just saying, oh yeah, that's okay. Sympathy is putting yourself in somebody's shoes and feeling bad for them and
I can feel bad for him being shot, but I'm not going to speak out because he wouldn't speak out for me if it was my shoes.
How would you know that? He literally, he said it multiple times. This is verbatim. He said, we guns, security, and metal detectors at concerts, sporting events, and our airports, but we don't protect our children in our schools. He was specifically talking about school shootings.
But he also said if his daughter was raped and she had the kid, he would.
That's a whole nother.
So how is that not protecting?
I can talk to you about that. It's a whole
but that's
thing.
protecting children. You were talking about protecting children.
I understand. First of all,
and I don't agree with that as a Christian woman.
Two things. That's an entirely different conversation, which has so many different talking points. We were talking about race. If you like to talk about that, we can. If keep talking about that one thing we can.
I don't think we're gonna get anywhere race with you. So
I don't think. Yeah, we could just like switch the topic.
I'm not.
I'm saying.
I disagree fully with you.
Hold on.
In a sense.
Okay.
But at the same time, I do believe we're not gonna get anywhere because some white people do.
I'm saying. People like Harris. You can look at MLK. These are people that told that they have had racial stuff against the system's against me. I gotta play the victim card. They stand up regardless of that.
They play the victim card because the system wasn't against them.
pivoting to like 10 different things.
No, you said
Wait, what race was the person that killed Charlie Kirk?
They were saying
It's irrelevant.
You said
If they
no,
were-
it's not irrelevant.
if
It's not irrelevant.
But if they were purple,
I'm just simply asking. He was a white man, right?
the majority of people in the country are white.
Also, when
That we came from Europe.
when it's crime, it's okay.
No, because we came from Europe and most of them are white.
And you slaughtered hella natives.
You do. We
What are
bring
we talking
we
about?
bring in half of the world's immigrants every year. Half.
Okay.
So how is it that we're a systemically racist white supremacist country if we're letting in half the immigrants?
I think that we should move away
In
from
the
race
world.
because we're not going to
Dude,
fucking
that
get
just
anywhere.
sounds stupid. Dude, how many people in the world? What is the world's population?
I don't know. 6 billion is it? I don't know.
Billion. You're a billion. You just said we are letting in half of the world's population.
No, immigrants. Half of the world's immigrants that are seeking
Do you
another
know what
country.
an immigrant is? It means someone that's traveling from one country to another. So they can't be an immigrant until they have immigrated. So you can't say you're letting in half of the world's immigrants. It's just half of the world's population.
No, because not everybody's an immigrant.
That's actually.
You can't be an immigrant until you've immigrated
But
somewhere.
not- but
so you
not-
can't say we're letting in half of the world's immigrants because that's
Not everybody's an immigrant though.
Exactly. So then what do you mean half of the
You
world's
said that I said we bring in half the world's population.
You just
We don't.
said that we're bringing in half of the world's immigrants.
Correct.
The population has people. You can't be an immigrant until you've immigrated somewhere. So, for example, someone in freaking New Zealand or something,
Okay,
that's
so-
a person. When they come to the U.S., now they're an immigrant. They can't be an immigrant
So,
if they're in their own
so
country.
I was born in the U.S. I still live in the U.S. Am I an immigrant?
No, you're not. You haven't.
So I'm part of the world's population though. You just said that everyone's an immigrant.
So then you just said that we're letting in half of the world's immigrants.
'Cause we
If
do.
they're in their home country, they're not immigrants because they live there.
I
They're
agree.
only immigrants until they come here. So we
I
can't let
agree.
in half of the world's immigrants.
Half the people that try to go to a different country, we let in. It's super simple.
Are you talking about like for the whole planet Earth, we let in
Immigrants that are seeking another country.
Every single person that's ever tried to immigrate, anywhere ever,
I don't know.
we let into our country.
That would be
How about this? How about this? What do you disagree with in that whole process?
that we let in half of the immigrants in the whole planet, on the whole planet to the U.S.
Wait,
Is that what you're saying?
Tag me in over here.
I've got you.
You're just assuming there's 10 billion people. in the
Okay, how
world.
about this? Let's say it was 10%. No, it's a theoretical question. I'm saying let's say if it was 10%, how are we a white supremacist, systemically racist country if we're letting in so many people of color and different backgrounds?
That's actually a really great question. The way that happens is that when you let those people in, you continue to put them down and you continue to not give them as many benefits as white people.
So you
That's how you
think?
continue to
So
be a
hold
white
on.
supremacist country while having a majority minority
So
population.
you think that we give people rights, we pay taxes for, we house people just so we can put them down?
Wait, so I
have a question.
Give anybody rights.
So you're a
People have
Christian?
rights because they're people.
If you're a
If we're
citizen,
having civil rights,
if you're a-
you have natural rights because they're human.
if you're a citizen of the United States, you have rights. If you're an illegal immigrant, you don't have U.S. rights.
Okay, that's different though. You just said rights. Are you talking about certain
In this country.
benefits that you have as an American citizen? Yes, but that's not a right. A right means that it's something that you are able to have regardless. It cannot be taken away from you. It's a right.
I'm about to go take it.
For example, the right to due process. You do not have to be a U.S. citizen to have the right to due process.
Actually, wait. You have to be a citizen of the state.
I don't have my mic for this though. I brought a charger though.
No, you can just
Okay, so you're Christian, correct?
Yes.
So you don't believe? Obviously, I'm just gonna say something. You can tell me if you agree or not. Do you believe in universal health care?
To legal citizens, yeah.
So legal citizens, yes.
I think so, yeah.
What does that say?
You have to be a.
Oh my God, you're back. Okay, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you grab my red backpack over there? Thank you.
Red and black?
Yeah. It's a Vans. Oh my God. Go ahead.
Okay, so since you, hey, are we gonna sit down?
I can hear you.
Okay. Let's come down here. Let's match level. Let's match level. I got. Okay, so you do believe in universal health care, but you don't believe in it for people who aren't U.S. citizens.
No, absolutely not.
Why?
Because you shouldn't get given things and get things that taxpayers pay for if you're an illegal citizen.
So.
Or illegal immigrant.
Love thy neighbor as thyself, correct?
Yeah, so just because you should be loving to people doesn't mean you should let them into your country illegally, which skyrockets sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and murder rates.
Okay, so let's say if somebody came into this country
Yep.
and I'm gonna go. Are you against abortion?
It's a whole different topic.
I
but
just yes. Okay, and they came in right, and in order to get an abortion, there had to be universal health care in the United
So
States.
you're saying a theoretical situation where an illegal immigrant comes to seek an abortion?
In the comes to have birth here, but instead that baby dies because they weren't able to get health care here because there's not universal health care. How do you feel about that?
I would question the mother's actions of why she was in that situation. She decided.
What if she was raped?
Either way, you're wrong. Undocumented
About
migrants
what?
commit the lowest crimes compared to native U.S. born citizens. So at the very least, that's a null and void argument. They don't even commit most of the crimes compared to people
how
who
about
are
this?
born here.
If we took in 100 illegal immigrants, right? 99
You
of
can't be an illegal
It's a
immigrant.
theoretical.
Undocumented migrant is the correct term to use.
So
Let's be
it's against the law to come into the country without
It's actually not a crime. It's just what's the word? It's
Illegal?
not a crime to come into a country undocumented. It's a civil. What's the word? It's still not a crime though. I can't remember.
civil breaking the law.
It's not
What's
a
my
crime.
phone at?
Coming into a
Damn
country
it.
illegally is not a crime.
Okay, that's you know what that would do. So you think we should just open the borders to everybody? Everybody can go.
I didn't say that, but
just
hold
said
on.
that it doesn't
Your narrative right now is just pushing hate. So
What if I said that's
we very
hateful?
much have an issue at the border. I agree, but by you saying that, all immigrants or the
I didn't say
majority-
all immigrants commit crime.
Let me finish. Or the majority of immigrants that come into this country are committing the most amount of crimes. They're taking
So,
their jobs.
got it.
They're doing
Let me-
this,
let
that,
me
and
say the
third.
one thing I was
You're
gonna say.
perpetuating hate,
But
and
I
now the
didn't say
people
that.
who do come here.
Let me say the one thing I was going to say. Scenario: if we had 100, I'll use your words. If we had 100 undocumented immigrants come into the country, if 99 of them were awesome people, but one of them was a rapist murderer and they came and killed one of our people, wouldn't you rather have those 100 people stay where they came from to save that U.S. life?
No, because if we had those same
That's insane.
No, if
That's
we
crazy.
that's not crazy. If we had
You think
100
that's valid?
people, if we had 100 people here in the U.S., 99% of one out of the 99
I was
people.
asking you a
hold on.
theoretical question.
I know, and
Which
I'm
happens.
turning back the same theoretical question.
It was a yes
You
or no
take
question.
I just said no. I said no. If we take 100 people of natural-born U.S. citizens here, and one out of them commits that crime, are you saying that now all U.S. citizens we should go somewhere else because you're committing crimes? Why should they stay in this?
No, but they have a right to be in the country.
Okay.
Regardless if someone's an awesome stand-up person
okay, so that
or
proves my point. It's never about crimes. It's never about safety. It's just pure racism.
at the base of it,
because
it's
you
not
just,
racism.
It is. You just said.
It's- you know why?
100 people from another country
Yeah.
come here. Out of those 100 commit a crime. You say.
No, I said rape and murder a person, by the way.
Okay, rape and murder a person.
Yes.
You're saying all those 100 should go back to the country. I say.
No, I'm saying, would you rather have them come here and that happen, or
Well,
them
what
not be
would
here
you
and that
like
not
to do?
happen?
So you're saying
I would
that
rather them not come to the country and we save that life.
Okay, but it's done. So in your theoretical situation,
I'm giving you the choice to choose what happens.
I already told you my choice. I said, you asked me, wouldn't I rather them all go back to the country? I said no. I said that the 99 people who are here doing their job, doing it correctly, not committing any crimes, deserve the right to stay here.
Got it. So
However, you're saying that you would prefer them to either not come here at all or for those 100 people to go back to the country. I then turned it back on you and said 100 naturalized people come to this country.
Cool.
Out of those,
So, real quick, if the millions of people that have come here illegally,
millions
yes, millions
per year. You're
yes,
saying
we let in 11 million people over the course of the Biden administration. 11 point whatever million. 11 million. That's insane.
I'm not even going to debate that because
Let me just say one thing to say
Okay, go
everything
ahead.
you were saying. I'm saying if they are stand-up, awesome people, I don't care if it's some lady working at the grocery store providing for her family, you still broke the law to come into the country. One more thing, I'll let you talk. It's the thing with if you steal bread from the store because your family's starving, that doesn't justify you stealing the bread. It's still a crime. So the situation is irrelevant. It matters what you do. And that's why I'm saying cultures and people and everything, it all comes down to a choice of what you do with your life, not where you come from, not what skin color you are, not what you identify as. It's what's the truth, and are you in the right or are you in the wrong objectively? So you can debate like, oh, who would be better as the governor for this state? But then there's also, hey, is it okay that someone got assassinated live on TV? And do you think that there's demons in people that celebrate that? I think that's demonic and that's straight from Satan. I don't care who that happens to unless it's like a terrorist that mass murdered people.
So
It's
essentially,
insane.
you're saying that it's fine for people to commit crimes in the U.S. as long as they're U.S.
No, it's not
citizens.
fine. Those people should be put in prison. 100%.
So
those
then-
people shouldn't commit those crimes.
Okay, so then it's about the actual crime, not about the people. So then why not just say that
The act of coming here legally is a crime.
it's not a crime for the last time? If you come here, it is not a crime.
This is not a
it's a
conservative.
civil
This is not a
liability, but it is
conservative
not a
take.
crime. It's a federal crime.
This is not a conservative
It's still
take.
not a crime.
This is not a conservative take. It's either you agree with the illegal immigration or you disagree with it. Either way, it's illegal.
You cannot be illegal
There's no
on
not.
stolen land. You cannot be illegal.
Every
on
land is stolen.
stolen
That's how the
land.
world works.
Exactly. You can't be illegal on the earth. We're humans.
So,
we have the right to live on earth.
there's
You
not-
can't be illegal
hold on.
on your own earth.
There's not a single country in the world that hasn't been conquered by other people. So why are you targeting on just the U.S.?
We're not targeting. If people need to come into a country for their own
What's
well-being,
that,
mind you, let's not
Deb?
even go back to imperialism and colonialism. The whole reason why so many people feel the need to immigrate from other countries is because European countries came in and completely ruined their countries for resources. So then how are you going to turn around and say that you guys shouldn't come into our country when they probably had a hand in the reason why their country is so destabilized?
People take over countries. That's how the world works. I'm not standing up for every single person who's ever taken over a country before. I'm standing up for that guy that got assassinated live on TV, and I stand up for Jesus Christ above all things is what he stood for in my other sign that I made over there. But that's what he said. He didn't say, above all, I'm a Trump supporter and follow the conservative movement. He said, above all, the greatest thing a human being can do
Immigrants are
is
the
bring people to
backbone of
Jesus
this
Christ.
country. Black people are the backbone of this country. Without the work of Mexicans, without the work of black people, our country would not be where it is. Why? Because Americans are lazy. Specifically, white people are lazy.
Colonizers
you guys are
came
not
here
going
and
to
made
be
the
the people
country.
in the fields, working the fields. You guys aren't going to be the people
What's
that
that?
are working bottom of the barrel jobs. That's why the U.S. depends on very multiple Republican states that are currently on the brink of collapse economically because they kicked out all their migrant workers and now they're crying because there's no one to work their fields, there's no one to work their factories, there's no one to work their farms. That is a fact.
It would actually make more jobs for U.S. citizens, but that's okay.
But they don't want to do those jobs.
You don't know how
you would
people-
want to go
how-
into
how
the
can-
field
how
and
can-
pick oranges?
How do you know? How do you know? You
I'm
don't-
asking you.
What if
I'm
what if my
asking you.
major was nutrition and I wanted to do that?
I
You don't know
really
that.
just asked you. I didn't assume. I said, would you want to go and work in an orange field
Me
for 12 hours a day, barely any breaks, making less than minimum wage?
No, but maybe some people do
Okay.
want to do that.
The majority of Americans don't want to do that.
How
They
can you
feel-
speak for the majority of Americans who want to do
Because
with
I'm
an orange
telling you,
facility?
Florida literally had most of their migrant workers off their orange fields, and now they're seeing a decrease in their profit because no Americans want to go and work in the orange fields. They just don't. It's not something.
Is that still on?
Where's it being posted to?
Just YouTube. I've never even posted anything. It's just on YouTube, so I can go back and stuff. So I just hate when like the race thing is brought up all the time. Do you think that all white people are racist?
No.
Okay, so then, cool. So I just
Do
I
you
don't
think all black people are criminals?
no.
Okay, good.
I think I don't. I have a ton of black friends. I played football here. I have a ton of black friends here. So I'm saying that there's a problem in that community though when people are looking up to rappers who rap about sex, drugs, degenerate behavior, whatever.
And
instead
you don't
of
think
and
looking
it's-
up to a man, there is no truth, therefore it is subjective.
No, because if I say me in my words, if I say that's a tree right there,
Stop.
that's
Stop.
true.
You're saying statements and you're equating it to the truth. When someone says the truth, that means they're giving a definitive answer of how the world is and how the world is.
And there is a way the world is.
And my truth is, and my the truth is that humans are inherently evil and that every human is bad. We just do good things, but we're all evil. That would be the truth. That is a definitive statement
But
that I
that's not
just
true
made.
though, because not all people are evil.
I'm not saying whether or not it's true. I'm telling you that is the truth. But you see how you disagree with
That's your
that? Exactly. That's why it's subjective. So what is your the truth?
Listen, if truth is subjective.
Your truth,
Okay, are
if
you
that's
okay
what
with
you
that?
wanna
If
do.
that was my truth, would you be okay with that? Is that okay?
I'm not saying I would be okay with that, but you're agreeing with my point as in you have the right to say what you say, you have the right to think what you think, you have
I can be right or wrong. I can be right or wrong.
you cannot be right or wrong within your own experience. That's just what you experience.
Okay, so
If my parents were abusive to me as a child, their actions are wrong, but my experience is neither right or wrong because I experienced it.
They're either
It happened.
right. So you're saying that if someone does something, it's up to people to say if they're right or wrong or whatever they say goes.
No, that's really the
So you're
opposite
saying
of
there is
what I
right.
said.
So you're saying there's right and wrong.
No, now
You're not saying there's right and wrong.
I literally said I don't have the right to dictate
someone else's truth as being right or wrong. I can disagree with them, but it's not my place to say right or wrong or to deem someone else's life.
Our job as Christians, Jesus' last words on the planet was to go out and preach the word of God, which is the truth. So, like I said, if some...
So you're saying the word of God is the truth. So then when I asked you what is the truth, why didn't you say Jesus is king? Why didn't you say God loves me?
If you ask me
But
I
asked you what is the truth at least 10 times in this conversation, to which you never gave me the definitive answer. You never said murder's wrong. You never said Jesus is king. You didn't say any of that.
Okay,
so
but
it's
I'm
like,
saying...
how is that your answer now?
If you say, Mason, are you wearing white shoes? And I say yes, that has nothing to do with Jesus. That's just true. That's objectively true because I am wearing white shoes.
If I said, Mason,
there's no
you're
morality
not,
in
hold on. Actually, because if I said, Mason, you're wearing white and red shoes, not just white shoes.
That's an
Those are
addition,
two different
But it being red doesn't make them not white.
Exactly, but them being white and red does not make them only white.
I never said they were only white.
Exactly.
I was talking about the overall color of my shoes.
Okay, but now you're saying you only said white. You see how there's two ways someone could have interpreted your statement by you saying my shoes are white. Someone could interpret it as you saying my shoes are only white.
So if I say
I'm interpreting it as your shoes are white and red.
If I say his shirt is white, because that's not white, does that make the shirt not white?
Exactly. It's up to individual interpretation.
No, it's what's true.
Hold on. My statement is that truth is subjective. By you saying your shirt is white, that is true. Me saying your shirt is white and black, that is true. You see how two statements that are different are true?
But you're adding to something. But you're adding to something that I already said. It's not disregarding what I said. It's because it's white and black. And is an addition.
That's one sentence.
I hit the clip stand?
Yeah, bro, no, hey, like this.
Did you meet him?
No, he's coming to campus though.
I met him. You're
Really?
on you.
Senior.
Really?
But no, so I'm saying it gets really dangerous when you talk about subjective truth because then you get to stuff like the Holocaust. Do you think the Holocaust was objectively bad? People should say yes because it was evil. But people that are saying truth is subjective are going to be like, oh, well, it's up to people to determine if that was evil or not. And that's how you get dangerous people and dangerous
You don't understand something called nuance. People who don't understand nuance are people who have very closed mindsets. If you cannot look at something in with detail and with the broader context, then you are not an intelligent person. If you can only look at one person, good, bad, in the middle, it's giving very babies.
It's gone off the rails like 5 different times.
I'm not saying the Holocaust is good, but if someone were to argue for whatever it is that they could argue and they have the nuance for it, they're able to do that.
They're able to do that, but is that true in what they're saying?
That's your question. You have to answer that for yourself.
No, it's just the truth. Why does me answering about the Holocaust have to determine if the Holocaust is wrong? It should just be wrong regardless
Okay,
of what
are
people
you
think.
gone? Are you gone? So then who are you to objectively say anything is true 100%?
Because
God forbid, and I'm not saying I agree with this, God forbid someone says that the Holocaust is good.
People actually say that.
Okay, cool. So then what title do you have? What position of morality do you have to be able to say something is or is objectively
Because as believers and followers of Jesus, we are called to expose evil with truth and love.
Okay, but you see how that's how one group of people has their own ideas about it, and how not everybody, if something was the objective truth, everybody would agree with it because it's objective, but it's different.
But just because a majority agrees something doesn't make it true.
Exactly.
And the majority of the country is actually Christian. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if 10% was. That doesn't make it any less true that Jesus Christ is king. That doesn't make it any less true.
But you see how you didn't really answer my question.
What was your question?
I said, basically my question is you don't have any objective. You don't have any objective standing to say whether or not this is good, this is bad, this is okay. That's your opinion, but it's not the truth. It's not the overall truth.
Opinions, though, we can have opinions, correct?
Yes.
Opinions can be right or wrong.
No.
If my opinion about him is that
That's the funny thing about an opinion.
That's crazy.
The thing about an opinion is that it's your opinion.
If my opinion is that this works out, and he said, nah, I don't, it's just my genes, my opinion was wrong. Regardless of what I see or believe.
Hold on.
You look good, bro. You look good. You look good.
Pause. What you just said, you looks like you were shopping. That's not an opinion. That's an observation, or at the very least,
I can have an
a
opinion about an
statement,
observation.
or at the very least, an assumption.
In order to have an opinion, you have to observe.
has to do with feeling, how you feel about something.
I don't know what my sign is.
And saying I think
Ready?
it works out.
This is
I don't
ready?
have any feelings
Ready?
to that.
Ready?
I'm just saying what I see.
Ready? This is going to offend a lot of people. The truth does not care about your feelings whatsoever. At all. Zero. Zero.
Okay.
Zero.
If that was the case, that means there wouldn't be a way to prove them wrong. The truth
No, because you
means
can
that it's
prove you're wrong with
undisputable. You cannot prove the truth.
You can dispute it, but you're just wrong in disputing it.
You cannot prove something to be wrong. Now, you may feel a certain other way.
Well, you just said the truth is subjective.
No.
Yeah.
I said that people have their own truths that are subjective.
He said that probably like 20 times.
I'm not trying to plug you. I'm genuinely just trying to take it. This is my first day with them. I've never been with them ever. I'm on my own live stream on YouTube. I've never even gone live on YouTube before. First day I've done anything. I made a couple of these times, but I'm saying that the second we let our feelings dictate our actions, you're screwed. That's anything like that's your feelings. Because this is what Cliff. You love Cliff, right? You like Cliff? This is what he was talking about. He was saying a man doesn't feel like being monogamous. He doesn't feel like having one woman. He feels like having sex with as many women as possible. But if you have maturity and discipline and root yourself in truth, you go, okay, this is wrong. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to have the discipline to just deal with
So
one
you're
woman.
saying that you should follow the law above all else, above feelings.
God's
the law,
the truth,
as in,
which is
okay,
God's law.
so the law could be a lot of things. The law could be the Bible. The law could be the Ten Commandments. The law could be the actual law of the country. You're saying the law is above all feelings, correct?
Yes, the truth is above all feelings. It says that the word of God is the truth.
Okay, you said that whenever we let feelings dictate our actions, that's what we're doing. So therefore, we should let the law dictate our actions, as in the law is the Bible, the law is the Ten Commandments.
No, we should act with discernment and the truth, not what you feel about a situation.
Discernment is your feelings.
No, actually no, because discernment would be people could have when this happened, people actually did feel like taking some people down, punching people, being angry, whatever. But if you have discernment through those feelings, you can decide, no, let's get together, let's pray about this, let's speak out against the evil in this
No,
country.
discernment is the ability to use your feelings and to use the things that you know in order to create your own statement about the people around you. In order to use discernment, you have to use your feelings.
Feelings can be useful with discernment, but if you are acting off of your feelings, it's never going to work out ever.
So you're saying you should never act on your feelings ever?
Absolutely not. No. You can feel things about something. I feel awful about this. That's true that I feel that way.
For anybody else.
I do. I was telling this. Hold on. I know. I'll answer one thing for 5 seconds. I was telling her this is our event. We're only here for a couple hours. Us standing up for one thing at our event doesn't disregard other things happening in the world.
Why is it?
If there is an event that I'll try to go to it, these people should go to it. I'm not the president of the university. I don't have to tell you. Go ahead.
They're doing this because they feel bad for Charlie Kirk.
No, we're doing it.
This whole thing is based off of their feelings.
It's not true at all. We're doing it because a man got assassinated on live TV, regardless of what you believe.
And you feel sad about it, do you not?
Correct.
So then that's why you're up here. So for you saying that your feelings are not anything you should live by,
I said they can be useful,
but you just said that you should never use your feelings to dictate your actions.
You shouldn't. You
But
shouldn't
then
use
these
the
actions are being driven by feelings.
You can carry your feelings, but if your feelings don't align with the truth, they're false feelings.
What's the truth?
If you want to talk broad, Jesus is the truth. But if you're talking about specifically, because I said there's truth in everything. That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If there's truth in everything,
This is. I would say it's not as controversial, but it is for some reason. If a dude feels like a woman and gets the surgeries to look like a woman and dresses up like a woman, that does not make him a woman. That's your It's truth. That is your opinion.
That does not. Hold on. That does not make him a biological woman, but that makes him a trans woman.
You're
That's
scientific
perfectly
and
fine.
Christian.
That's
So one of the big guys there.
You're right. It does not
Just
make
trying to
him
talk
a
about
biological
scientific
woman.
evidence.
That makes them a trans woman, and that's completely valid.
That's why trans based on
Trans women are biological women, yes. Trans women are trans women, yes.
Okay, so then you're saying a trans woman is a man.
I did not say that.
About biology, what about people who have
I don't know why it's so
I'm just going to wrap this up. My basis, that's disagreeing with you. Truth is subjective.
Men can't be women.
Truth is subjective. Everybody has their own truth. Everybody lives their own life. You have no basis to say what or isn't, what is or isn't main truth.
If truth,
you are not God.
if truth,
you are not the king
I
of
agree.
morality.
If
you
truth,
cannot say what something is or is it objectively right or wrong?
We can though, because
so
I can't say that murder
if
is
you
wrong.
do, that is your opinion.
So if I say murder is evil and wrong, that's not the truth. That's just my opinion. Like if I like strawberry yogurt over orange yogurt.
Funnily enough, there's people, crazy as they might be, that think murder is justified. And that's their opinion. That's my opinion.
So you think they're right if they believe that murder is right?
I did not say that they're right.
I didn't say you did. I'm asking a question.
Or opinions.
Opinions can be wrong. I told
Okay,
that
so if someone comes and breaks into your house, they steal their things and they try to kill you. In the midst of you defending yourself, using your Second Amendment right to bear arms, you kill them. Is that wrong?
No, it's self-defense.
Okay, so then you see how there's nuance? You see how there's different things?
Because that's
you said it wasn't wrong to kill him because it was in self-defense. That's why I said that truth is subjective.
Murder is wrong.
But you just said
all killing is wrong.
Okay, in that situation,
as a country, we've killed some evil people.
In that
and they
situation I just named, it was not wrong.
And some of us know it's self-defense. That's lawful.
You see how you're being a hypocrite. First you just said
it's my
murder
opinion.
is wrong.
It's
Then
lawful.
you said in certain situations it's wrong.
That's actually in the Ten Commandments. It actually is in the Ten
But you just said
Commandments. In the Ten Commandments, it doesn't say do not kill. It says do not murder. It's not the law. You gotta, and that's your own opinion. Your opinions can be wrong.
You're proving my point. You're proving my point that truth is subjective.
I don't believe in religion. I believe in a relationship with Jesus. All religion is dead. Relationship is alive.
You have to separate the two. You have to separate the two. When you're talking about a subject like this, as far as governing a bunch of people, you have to replace your religious basis off of that so it won't interfere. Because not everybody is if someone's not Christian,
We love Latinos.
Let's get these spiritual. Okay, so he's talking about the two Democratic senators. And we get political people. They got assassinated in their own home. There was a chick holding a sign about it somewhere. So these people, this couple, they were married, right? Yes. Okay, so they got assassinated in their own home, which I think is incredibly evil. They had the choice to vote for or against healthcare for illegal immigrants in this country. They were both Democrats. They voted against it with the conservative side to not fund that. One day later, they got assassinated in their own home for siding with conservative thoughts. So this is the insanity that happens because you're going to see headlines, these people murdered, it was the conservatives because it was Democrats that got murdered. But in reality, they actually did the right thing and went against what the entire Democratic Party and St. Paul's in Minnesota did and voted for, and they got assassinated the very next day in their own home. And I think that's incredibly evil. I think so, I'm not sure.
Do they know that that's why though? Is there any
It was one day. Look up, hold on. Look, yes it does. Look up the interview of the woman. She was terrified. You could tell she was terrified one day before she got assassinated. She had threats against her. She had threats against her because she didn't vote for the Democrats.
Sorry, my thing about the whole situation matters. Okay, what happened to Charlie was wrong. If you're a morally correct person, no one should deserve to die like that.
And you're on the right side of that because you're
about that? Charlie got killed after he started going to the
But I will also say, there has been gun violence in this country for years on years. Why all of a sudden are we now waking up to a man that advocated pro-gun violence for so long?
He didn't advocate pro-gun violence.
Yes, he did.
He advocated for being able to own a gun to protect yourself.
He said that in order to protect the Second Amendment,
unfortunately, people will be lost, which is true. Like I was telling so many people, 50,000 people a year die in car accidents, drunk driving, whatever. 50,000 people. If you look at gun deaths, taking away suicide, because suicide isn't gun violence, that's inflicting yourself. 3 times as many people die in car accidents. So should we ban cars because that's more death? Why would we not ban cars?
No, if we made it harder to get guns, it would also be harder.
We should make there should be background. I agree with that. There should be background checks.
But
people are still going to go out of
sense.
line and break the law. Murder is wrong. People still do it.
Cars and guns. How often does the average person need to use a gun per day? Genuinely?
You should have it 24/7.
No,
to defend
have it, sure. How often would you actually use a gun?
Hopefully not often.
Exactly.
And you know
how
we solve
often do you use a car a day?
You know how? Hold on.
Each person here probably uses a car at least once a day.
Do you know how we solve the problem?
So that's not even a good comparison.
Do you know how we solve the problem of not being we shouldn't have to use the gun is if we transform people's hearts and minds to be good people, they will not commit things like this. That's why when people talk about gun violence, we don't have a gun problem, we have a people problem.
Okay,
people,
so if that's the case,
the problem of
people kill
people.
If you look,
if that's the case, you don't need a gun. The next time someone comes to attack you, how about you tell them, hey,
exactly, you don't need a gun. Just like someone could kill somebody with a car, or somebody could kill somebody with a knife, or somebody could kill somebody with a stick that's pointy. You're not going to ban all these things because people are dying. You should ban things that make sense. And taking away people's right to defend themselves doesn't make sense at all. Because the right that we have is to defend ourselves, not just from criminals, but from a government that could take over and invade our own home. That's how we became a country, is we took over things and we defended ourselves instead of just letting everything happen, let everybody come in. It makes no sense. That's how chaos ensues. Charlie Kirk said, when the talking stops, that's when violence and chaos ensues. And you guys, I'm not saying you, I'm saying people that hate on him or just are celebrating his assassination. If you think that guy spread hateful speech, you should see the freaking revolution that's going to come from this. It's going to be a rude awakening for people that disagree with Jesus Christ and just good in this country. Because his demons that have taken over people, straight up, his demons. If you celebrate an assassination no matter what political belief, I don't care if it's the most democratic person ever, you have demons in your soul straight up. Not just you, that's anybody that believes that. Straight up.
I want to say though, from a it's like, it's not that deep.
I heard it's not that deep.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Yes, I will say this. As a Christian, I feel like
also to say that anyone disagrees with you has demons is kind of.
I didn't say that at all.
That's essentially.
I said anybody that celebrates an assassination of anybody, you have demons in your soul.
You see how that's people who disagree with what you
No,
think?
because you can disagree and be like, hey, I didn't agree with everything he said, but I think this is wrong. That's disagreeing, but it's not.
You guys were here at least like 30 minutes ago. You said that black people commit 50% of the murders in this country. That's not even a statistic. That's being fucking racist.
Statistics can't be racist.
That's not a statistic. That's not a statistic. Look it up.
You can look up the New York Times, Washington Post. You can look up the New York Times, Washington Post, CIA, FBI, any liberal media. 13% of the population commits 50% of the crime. You're going off base, which is fine. That's okay. But you're talking about something else. But it's a completely different.
It's like wearing a spray ground like fucking.
I agree. It's wrong.
It's like wearing heelys.
What did he say that was racist?
That he would question pilots' comments.
Okay, I was telling you because it was DEI, right?
He quite literally said the Civil Rights Act.
So if you...
Blacks, 4,900. They commit more murders than whites.
Are you dumb? That clearly shows that white people have more compassion.
What are you talking about? The 4,000.
Okay, first of all, they're really in the same way we have to look at.
Okay, so...
I was saying that the numbers are close to each other, so that even so, your claim is still wrong that we make the majority of 50% of the
But
crime.
black people are the minority. Why are they committing half the murders if they're 13% of the population?
A thing called the Rooney Rule.
White people still commit the total amount of crimes. White people still commit the total amount of crimes, so then how are you going to label us as criminals? But according to your own statistic, they clearly have the larger number.
A larger number for murder and manslaughter? Blacks have the bigger number.
Yeah, it's literally neck and neck.
800 more plus your 13% of the population.
Okay, exactly. So then if we're less the population and you guys have more people, yet you're killing a lot more people, how does that make you any better?
No, he's saying that y'all have a lesser amount, but y'all are still doing the same amount of crime.
Yeah, y'all are 13% of the United States population.
It's a terrible argument, and we already went over this, bro. Okay, first off, this shit is an incorrect. I'm so sorry. It's an incorrect statistic.
Hey, make a circle. Make a circle.
50% of these crimes that we're talking about, again, are just arrests. Black people also make up the highest number of exonerations, right? The 1350 statistic is a statistic that It's not addressing an issue.
Did you find my backpack?
You get what I'm saying?
There's two of them. There's two red ones.
It's a Vans backpack.
There's the one with the shoes
Yeah,
on it.
So I'm saying
niggas don't want to talk. Niggas don't want to talk, bro. But you gotta hear my shit, bro.
Hold on.
Yo, you gotta hear my. I'm so sorry for cutting you off. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
It's like two, bro.
Wait. 1 second. Did you come here? Let just hold on. Only
No, her.
No, you're not a
She's
celebrity.
talking.
People just go
She's talking. She's
I'm
talking.
looking
No,
out.
she's literally trying to talk.
you to not be in the way.
I agree that you shouldn't be like.
Okay, where's the other guy, bro? Yo, bro. I gotta talk to you, bro.
Niggas are not coming here. No. You think they're coming here to
I know, but I need them to hear something, bro. So the 13th thing, it shouldn't be equal because crime statistic doesn't address an issue. It takes a problem that we have in society and pins it on a specific race of people, and it like demonizes them and it targets them, and it makes them susceptible to hate speech, to like barment or removal from certain positions just because they're black, because they're part of the population. And again, we will say, if you keep quoting a statistic that's incorrect, we're going to say 50% of these are arrests. They're not actual convictions. People can get arrested by fucking like negligent police officers and cops. You know what I'm saying? And if black people are making up a high percentage of what's it called, of exonerations and also police brutality as a whole, that's different from now. That's different from now. But we're saying if they're getting exonerated from these crimes that we're saying that they're committing, but they're not actually getting they're not getting committed. They're not like, yeah, but due process lets them go because they're not actual criminals. But the statistic is 50%. They make up 50% of arrests. They don't make up 50% of actual crimes. They just make up 50% of arrests.
Population-wise, black people.
Again, it's like, why would we even be quoting that statistic? We're trying to achieve. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just not committing.
Can I say something? I want to tell you like why he was doing that. He was making
What the fuck did you say?
I swear, like he was not trying to say like
What the fuck did you say?
I know, dude. Like he's not like that. He was trying to make the point.
Nigga,
He
what?
thinks the problem is
You just made that up like 20%.
there are less fathers in those homes, and he thinks that what we need to do is we need to put more fathers in those homes and help those people out. That's the reason. You know what I mean? That's like the point he was trying to get across. There are less fathers in those homes, and that's what the problem is.
But he's not trying to address that issue.
50%
murder. He's not trying to
crime.
like we're saying, bro. I think the bigger question is why are black households missing fathers?
Are all crimes
So
murder?
let's look at why systematically the United States system, the Ronald Reagan's war on drugs, high incarceration rates, over policing in black neighborhoods causes black fathers to be absent in their neighborhoods, in their communities. Black fathers cannot put the impact that they would normally have in their communities. They can't tell their sons that it's okay to kill people because we arrest them. So how do you fix that problem? Or I know you. You smoked weed before. Have you smoked weed before? Have you drank?
I'm 2 years sober.
Okay, but you drank before.
Yeah,
Right. Like, stuff like that is why people are getting like crimes. And statistically, black people get higher times of jail time for crimes of lesser like value than white criminals.
I'm not 100% on that statistic.
I'm not certain right now, but it's not like I don't have a statistic. But black people usually get higher jail times than compared to white criminals. I don't want to hear that because it is a system problem. We're supposed to be addressing the system, not taking a problem and then pinning it directly.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
No, please.
I agree with you, bro. It shouldn't be a white or black problem, bro. I don't think we should be arguing for it. I think it's a problem like we need to
see. That's my problem. That's what Charlie Kirk did. We're being honest. Is Charlie Kirk racist and is he stealing hate? He's not not talking about these issues because he's in return to help the black people in America. He's talking about it to demonize them.
I think he's addressing them because he's a Christian, and I'm a Christian as well, okay? And our duty as Christians is to call out evil.
Yeah.
And I think he was, and dude, I'll agree with you, like, he could be harsh on some things.
But he's selective about the evil he's calling out. White people kill white people. Right? Out of I think 90% of all serial killers were white males. 90% of pedophiles are white males. He's not addressing those statistics. He's addressing black statistics. He's addressing Latino statistics.
Yeah. But he's saying that there's a solution to those problems, and he's saying that the solution is the
why is he trying to solve black issues? Why doesn't he solve white issues?
Well, he's saying for black people. Obviously, he agrees with it overall. Like, obviously, if there's a white
but
man,
you get what I'm saying, though. There is a reason. There's a need for Charlie Kirk to signal out black people and to talk about them. He could choose very well to talk about white people and white crime and why white people make up a high number of pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? Why they make up serial killers. And he should address those statistics. But he's choosing to address the ones that says black people are criminal monsters.
He'll usually only address that when a black person comes to the stage and calls himself and starts talking to him about it. Like, he only addresses it when people come up to him and say it. He doesn't go up on stage and say, all right, we're only going to talk about black people.
Just because it's not his immediate thoughts, it's still a thought that he harbors. It's something he keeps inside. And every day he goes out, he probably thinks those things. He's talking about, bro, his words, I was literally about to, I'm good at this shit. I'm telling you, I'm great at this shit. He said he wouldn't trust a black pilot because they were.
You want to go over there so we don't have to scream at each other?
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just trying to say that.
No, I know what you're trying to say.
His words himself. He said that black pilots or people in positions when they're black, he's unsure if they're qualified.
He was saying that because of DEI. He's saying if you are hired only based on your let me finish. He's saying if you are hired, like if I walk on an airplane and they were hired, and you know they were hired only because of the
Why are you still offender? Wait a second, look at that. Wait, look at this.
I'm just on live.
Do you think Harvard's just letting in anybody because of their skin color? Do you think Lockheed Martin is employing people just because they're fucking black? I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Goes back and up, bro.
I'm getting my charger from I've been out here for 4 hours.
Maybe your resume might not be the most jaw-dropping thing, but in the room,
you need water, bro?
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you find an outlet somewhere, probably inside, and plug that in?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion, bro. Do you support diversity, equity, and inclusion?
As a word, you are hiring someone just because of that. I do not support it.
We're just making up cases.
Do you think your position in society is less than?
Why are you talking about that? You're talking about black people. Why are you talking about that? But you keep bringing up black people here. Why are you this is for Charlie Kirk. The shooter was black.
Demonizing black people. You're demonizing black people by saying that. I'm what? You're demonizing black people by saying that. Because I don't think all black people are black people. But you think 70% of them? A lot of us. You think 70% of them? That's a statistical fact. It has nothing to do with race. It's just you keep winning it. Why is it so?
What's that one meme when somebody's arguing against?
Yeah, you keep talking about black. How do you want to fix that?
Y'all should put that shit out and hold it up there. The lion and the monkey.
Why are we in the conversation?
Why does HBCUs have to get targeted on a white car? That has nothing to do with it.
This is nothing new either. Why are you even here? Why are you even
Why does HBCUs have to be targeted with a white-on-white crime?
If anyone does that, they are evil for that. Not all white people commit white supremacy crimes. I didn't say you stand like that. I didn't say you said. I'm just saying.
I would understand. Why are you here talking about black people?
I'm not here to talk about black people. I'm here to talk about someone who's got
But you're talking about black people.
Where was y'all at when the cracker shot that school up? Cracker got an AR. Now he's shooting schools up. Where was y'all at? Let's talk about it. Kirk died a week ago. We got Monday.
That's already one of them.
Y'all niggas just bored as hell and didn't want to go to class today. Come on now. Why are we?
So this is live. He handed me the phone. He was like, record this shit.
Hey, everybody's entitled to have their own opinion.
No, I'm not hating on nobody.
How about this? No, hold on. She's saying, if I'm standing for this, why don't I stand for the other school system? Which I did, and I posted about. But I'm saying, if you go to like a Drake concert, and someone's like, oh, why don't you like Kendrick? Why are you at the Drake concert? Just because you're at the Drake concert doesn't mean you don't like Kendrick. You can support and like both things. Just because you're
Drake and Kendrick to Charlie Kirk.
I would. I don't really know about
all black people. Do you need context?
At this event, this is for that.
They've got Palestine, they've got other stuff going on. It's not just him.
I don't see any Palestine anything.
My question is, why black statistics been your focus for today? Every time I come back,
you asked me a question, let me answer, then you keep going. I'm standing here, literally didn't even say a thing to anybody. I'm letting people ask me questions. I did not bring it up. Zero. I didn't bring it up.
You said 90% of black women get abortions.
It was New York City. It was a thing in New York City. It said, even this is a fact, is if you see a black pregnant woman in New York City, this was like 2 years ago, she is likely to get an abortion. Where you go?
Oh, you said likely to get an abortion. Oh, she actually had it.
If I see it, I can feel it sounds like you just
said
90% of the women in New York, nigga? Nigga, you know how many people are in New York, nigga? Come on, gang! If that was a fact, nigga, that shit would be everywhere.
Can you bleep one up? Because I want to see that.
This nigga's getting trolled by Centel and shit.
That's actually like a crazy system, but like, it just seems disingenuous on your part. You feel like highlighting all these black issues. Look, you've been talking about it all day.
That's what most people are asking.
But why are we talking about 13? You keep recycling the same statistics all day.
We're recycling.
Why do we discuss other issues?
That's the way I like my answer.
Why do white men more people?
Why do white men more likely to have child porn?
But that doesn't make all white people bad. Just like this statistic that I'm talking about black people, that doesn't make all black people bad. I didn't bring it up.
No, you're bringing up the statistic.
I didn't bring it up to talk about race, but that is a true statistic. You can look that up anywhere. It's not all these people.
You went to George Floyd on 10 different occasions. He talked about George Floyd. He talks about black people all the time. And that's why these people are here.
You were wrong. Look, it says in 2024, the survey says 21% of black women. How do you get 90%? How do you get? Where do you get 90% from?
It was a New York thing, but it was a separate thing that I saw.
Don't touch me, bro. Do not touch me.
Don't get in my face.
I'm not in here.
I train with Ryan Garcia, bro. I'm just saying.
That nigga got punched in his liver and got put up.
I train with Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia. Last time Ryan Garcia fought.
Why you touching my nigga?
Okay, so I don't. Do you think? How about this? If a statistic is true, if you looked it up, because first of all, if I say, hold on. If I say the capital of the United States is Washington D.C., do I have to show you a picture and be there to make that true?
We all know. Yeah, that's a very simple.
Right. So we should know facts.
That's not a statistic.
Just because you don't know, about the statistic doesn't make it not true.
But again, you have to know. You make a claim to yourself. You're like right at point.
Right, but I'm saying this is everything that I'm saying.
That's why when you make a claim,
it's not a conservative thing. It's a known thing. New York Times, Washington Post, FBI, CIA. It's voted on this thing. And even look, I was saying, I don't know why it's like a whole like, oh, you hate black people. I don't. Like I play football here. Like I have black friends. I don't say above that. But I don't say racist things. That's above all that. I'm saying, I know what you mean. I'm saying that if a statistic is true, do you think that it can be racist?
My issue is if you're gonna make this decision, you're gonna make me claim it.
I have to look that up. If you want me to look up, it's hard to have a conversation when you have to look up every single thing you say. Like, I'm sorry, I tried to have them look up. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to say that's wrong, and I'm saying that's right, which is not even like that important to talk about. I was just saying something because someone asked me a question specifically about abortion. So I'm just saying. And if I am wrong, then I'm wrong. I'm not going to stand on the. I'm not Jesus, I'm not Google. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
You're chill. Just like, if you want us to know statistics and you're saying wrong statistics,
I didn't make it. I saw it in multiple places. That's why I was saying it.
You're good.
So if I was wrong, then that
you
thing.
You got to understand it drops your credibility a little bit.
I've been here for 5 hours, so if one thing that I've said in 5 hours drops it, that's okay. That's okay.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't even be paying attention to politics. I just be here. And we have to. I'm just here. Oh, my nigga making history right now. Oh yeah.
That shit tight as fuck.
It's bigger than black and white.
What's my phone at? Huh? What's my phone at?
Excuse me.
Shit.
Yeah, look out.
You right. I mean, I know what you're talking about. That's what y'all talking about. What is that everybody was shouting and arguing and yelling?
We got the statistics of murder and crime in the country, and the majority is African American. So, statistics can't be racist.
Okay. Could you please? I'm not saying. Can I ask what major? Well, first off, before I even continue this, I just want to know what major. Exercise sports science. Okay. I'm a communication studies major, but I study sociology and political science for my free time. So I just want to make that very clear when it comes to statistics. So please continue with your statistics. I just need to hear this from my
So I'm saying not all black people commit crimes. Not all black people do things evil.
What kind of shows the racism in the police?
It's crazy how black people got so that has nothing to do against being racist.
Yeah, but what's encompassed in speech?
Right to do it?
Speech, petition, assembly, religion, press.
Well, yeah, but like I said, I asked.
America was founded on the actual colonies, New England, America was created to escape religious persecution. We are not a Christian nation. We have never. This country has never been a Christian nation. It was literally Puritans, Quakers, 98 French Catholics in Canada.
98% of the people that wrote all of that stuff were Christian. I think it was like 2 guys.
It don't matter, bro. But,
well, you just said they weren't.
Okay, but
that's what I'm saying.
But I understand that they personally might have been Christian, right? But they wrote a constitution to allow Americans freedom across the board when it comes to religion, speech, press, petition, and assembly.
Right, but there has to be discernment within that stuff, because I asked the head of these people yesterday.
But if we're saying, okay,
I asked them though. I said, can I have a table for a different thing? He said, no, you have to go through campus. So there's regulations you have to follow, even though it's like legal stuff in the country.
I understand that. Yeah. But this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about free speech and religion. He's a white Christian nationalist, which doesn't make any sense because we just established.
What doesn't make sense about that? Like, help me out.
How are you a white Christian nationalist but specifically this country? You can't be a white Christian nationalist of this country because this country wasn't founded on any of those ideals.
I'm confused. So you're saying like
it wasn't founded on any of those ideals.
But even if it wasn't founded on that, if he's a Christian,
his
then it's
beliefs
irrelevant.
are so un-American. How? Because one belief. He's a Christian nationalist. He believes
but
that.
No, okay.
He believes
Let's say that's true. Let's say that's true.
Us as a country should practice Christianity. Like he wanted I don't know if he wanted this, but there's that new amendment in Texas that allows for the Ten Commandments to be displayed in schools.
Yeah.
He was most likely for that. I don't know that for sure. Okay. But again, him being Christian nationalist, he wanted religion
I think that's a good thing.
to intersect with our government. For you, that's a good thing. Well, no, the people who aren't your religion, that's not a good thing.
Jesus is right.
Yes,
Jesus saves people.
See, but like some people don't believe in Jesus.
And you should try to motivate them and help them. See, not in a hateful or pushy way, but just like spread the news.
Do you understand? Are you hearing yourself speak?
Yeah.
You believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's say I don't believe in Jesus. Okay. I'm coming over to you to come and convince you to not do the thing you believe in because I think my thing is better for you than your thing.
Okay, that's fine. And it says in the Bible, it says to go to someone.
See, you're using your religious text to combat something.
But it's beautiful because it was written 2,000 years ago and you can still apply it to today's culture.
See, any religious text that I pull up right now will have pro that religion rhetoric.
But there's religion and there's also common sense. So when the Bible says do not murder, you agree with that?
Yes, but the Quran also says do not murder.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm not taking away from something else. I'm giving credibility to the Bible.
The Buddhists and Vedic Sanavistas, they also believe in not harming people. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fine, but that's just one thing in the thousands of things in the Bible. So I'm saying,
I promise you, if you list everything in the Bible, all the 10 Commandments, I can tell you that the Quran has literally every single statute. The Torah has every single statute available in the Christian Bible.
Okay, I mean I haven't read.
See, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You're not up here, bro.
Well, I am. I'm not 100% familiar with a different religion.
You're not doing due diligence. So how can you tell other people that their religion isn't right for them just because you have?
Because I believe in my own that it is the only way. And why is it? Hold on, real quick. I know we're talking about like politics and stuff, but just question for what was your name again? Asher Mason.
Mason, nice to meet you.
I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of the entire world since creation, why is it that a guy whose ministry lasted only 2 or 3 years, he was 30 years old, he died when he was 33 on the cross. That's not even a biblical fact, that's a historical fact. Jesus was a real person who died on the cross. It's the faith you have to have in the Bible to believe that he rose from the dead and like he's God, right? So why is it that a preacher who only talked for Charlie Kirk talked for 13 years? Why is it that a preacher who only talked for 2 years is the most popular, influential voice ever? Jesus is the most popular person ever. It's not even close. Michael Jackson comes second, bro. Some guy was saying like Mike comes second.
I would say
some guy was saying that. I'll pull up the clip.
Let's talk about
it was awesome.
Let's talk about history and a history of erasure.
Of what?
Erasure, like erasing people from historical records and laws.
Right. So why is it Jesus was so?
Christianity found its way into the Roman Empire.
Bro, I'm saying Jesus was so controversial, they murdered him for it. Why didn't they erase that? They disagreed with all his teachings because it was so powerful. The eyewitnesses carried it on.
Christianity found its way into the Roman Empire, one of the strongest and most powerful, most dominant empires in the
Here, hold it like right here.
In that European area. Fundamentally, bro, what they did was they would use their military might, go into places that didn't practice what they. Okay, let's skip the Roman Empire. Why is it that crusades that have murdered millions and thousands of people have been done in the name of Christianity?
If you do that, you're wrong. Claiming to be Christian doesn't make you good.
Okay, but this is how Christianity, unfortunately, this is how Christianity spread.
No, but true Christianity spread because they're so powerful.
No, because they killed and erased it. Oh, you want to tell me the Incas and the Aztecs had the same belief that Christianity was so powerful, or that they tied people up and burnt them?
They did that to Jesus.
Get this. We're not saying that this is right, is like wrong for Jesus, but bad for Middle Eastern Hispanic people.
There's evil all over.
Indigenous people.
Evil is evil. I don't care who it's against.
But when you use your religion and your religious beliefs to perpetrate hate, evil, murder, you kind of lose some religious credibility.
Okay, so Charlie Kirk actually said this. He was saying that the historical evidence that it's the most accurate book ever is true throughout history. It's the most accurate book ever. But then also, with that comes the wisdom from it. If you take something in the Bible as a man and you apply it to your life, you become better.
I think if you're saying this because you're a Christian.
No, I think this is logical.
Do you think they're not successful Muslim people?
I think people just on the square. I think if you talk to people, not even from a religious standpoint, if you say, don't get blackout drunk every weekend, don't hook up with all these people every weekend, don't murder people, don't cuss out people, that's all. We all can objectively agree that stuff is wrong, but that's rooted in biblical truth.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying. But then the Bible talks about the tough stuff. If you want to get into the LGBTQ stuff, it talks about that. The other things don't. If you want to talk about how people,
Jesus at the same time says love your neighbor. Why would we hate somebody
holding
that is different? No matter
it's not disagreeing with somebody doesn't equal hate. You can hold somebody accountable.
When you're purposely
Asher, right? If Asher goes to the square and he gets blackout drunk, hooks up with people,
that's not the same.
Hold on, listen. If he's doing it is. So I'm just saying if he's doing all that stuff, and I come up to him and I'm like, hey bro, you're worth more than this. I know what you're capable of. You should like turn away from this. It's your choice. It's his choice. But I'm saying I'm against that just because. That's a whole different thing. I think it's a choice. I think you're not born with it. I'm trying to make a point with him, and you're bringing up different things. I'm trying to.
No, you're making it because
I'm trying to talk about his lifestyle. You bring up gays as a choice. I'm just saying.
You just said LGBT issue. You're equating gayness to be a choice because you're saying his lifestyle choice.
Being gay is a choice.
So you chose to like girls?
I will say this. Let me just say one thing.
I can see the argument.
I will spread the word of God to people. I'm not going to push it on them. I'm going to say, hey, this is what I believe. Your choice. But I'm saying the LGBTQ community, all that stuff, if you push that stuff on children, I think you're evil. That's not true, bro. That is the opposite. Okay. My own family and my cousins that are 14 and 10 have been a victim of that. So I'm telling you, it's indoctrination.
You're pushing it, or are they telling them that gay people exist?
No, they're like teaching LGBTQ sexual orientation and like sexual practice stuff.
That's not pushing.
On 8-year-olds
to know about something that you're going to see throughout your day.
So
the whole purpose of school.
So you think that a teacher talking to kindergarten is talking about gay oral sex? You think that's appropriate?
They're not talking to gay oral.
Yes, they are. Books. There's books. Look up the books, bro. People have gone to school boards about these books. I don't have to look it up. That's such a big thing. It's not even a small thing.
Isn't that by choice? It's booked in the school. They're not showing it.
Yes, so that's evil teachers, bro.
Written words, bro, by other humans, bro. They're just saying like, hey, damn, like I saw God one day.
God speaks to people.
We're saying it's. I'm saying
that's how it works. If you don't believe in the Bible, it's a lost cause for the conversation. But I just want to say Jesus loves you, and He has a plan for your life, bro. That's all. You got to search truth and love and everything. And I don't even think you have to be a Christian for that. Because if I'm truthful to you, but I'm cussing you out, even though I'm spitting facts, I'm being truthful, but I'm being an asshole at the same time. If I'm just all loving you, like, hey, bro, you do you, it's all good. I'm loving to you, but there's no truth in it. So I'm saying you have to have truth and love to have a society and a family and a relationship, anything that works.
So you don't need religion in a society.
Well, I don't believe in religion. I believe in a relationship with Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, bro.
Because it's different. It's different.
We're just saying stupid shit now, bro.
It's a relationship. I'm not worshiping a dead person or an idol. I'm worshiping the God who created the universe.
See, but like, how are you so certain of this?
So that's not.
I've seen it work in my life. I've seen miracles on my family's life. I've seen people's lives transformed. Drug addicts.
That's not Allah?
No, I think it's Jesus.
You think it's Jesus, but why is it not Allah?
Because I believe Allah, Jesus died on the cross and rose from the dead.
Arabic and lives in a place far from you.
I don't know all those teachings. I know like that one boxer was. I looked into it a little bit, but I'm just saying like Devin Haney or something or Tank, whatever, whoever his name was. Yeah. But I'm just saying like, if you look at the teachings of Jesus, he never was hateful. Here's the thing: if you think Jesus was hateful, I can't help you.
We're not saying Jesus.
No, I'm not saying you're saying. I'm just saying if anyone even thinks that, I don't know how to reason with people.
You think Jesus would think a gay person is wrong? They could love him, but they would think, damn,
it's biblical. Like, there's multiple verses that talk about homosexuality.
So what about these people and their relation to God? Did God not make them that way?
No. Just like, I'll pair it for you with the depression thing. You're not born with depression. Like, there's not a baby and they're like, oh, this baby has depression.
We're going to go back to what we were talking about a lot earlier in the day about how societal pressures can change your mental psychology, right?
Yeah, if you just believe what you believe on the internet, you're going to be lost.
If the world's pressure is in on you, you feel like you don't have a space to go talk to people about, you feel isolated, it might just be a feeling.
I got you.
It might just be a feeling.
I'll tell you. Ready? This is something you should apply to your life 100%. Jesus talks about the calm in the storm. Just because you shouldn't wish for an easy life ever. Charlie Kirk said this. You should never wish for an easy life. You should wish to persevere through hard life. I forgot who said it. They were saying like a hard life isn't, or an easy life isn't a life worth living. I forgot who said it. But I'm saying, I was telling another girl earlier, I'm so grateful for things that have happened to me. I'm not gonna play the victim card.
You're talking about life like niggas want shit to be peaches and creams. Some people get abused at home. Some people get sexually assaulted.
They think like, damn, like I should be sexually assaulted.
Yes.
I'm a better person because I'm being raped.
Well, that's wrong.
People get hurt.
That's wrong.
People get not mistreated. So
that's all wrong.
So in their like mental world and their physical world, all they see is their repression. And the only way they can fight it is to go deep inside themselves. We're not saying depression is good for people. Okay. But depression is a state of mind that happens to people, right? And it's not like some sickness.
I'm gonna give you one analogy that I'm gonna give you one analogy that I'm gonna mention a Hall of Famer. Ready? So let's say a girl's mom gets murdered, right? Brutal murder. I feel like if she spiraled into drugs, alcohol, depression, I feel like most people would be like, damn, I can see why she spiraled like that. But let's say the exact same thing happens. Mom gets murdered. That person could be like, dude, I took from my mom for granted. Like, I shouldn't have treated her. The last thing I said to her was hateful.
And just to finish off that thought, because the live got cut off, I was talking about if a girl's mom gets murdered and she turns to drugs, whatever, alcohol, anything, like her life could spiral into depression compared to the exact same thing happening to a girl. Her life could exponentially get better because she took her mom for granted and she's honoring the rest of her life in memory of her mom. So I was saying it doesn't matter what happens to you, it matters what you do after what happens to you, instead of playing the victim card and actually being a victor with your experiences instead of letting them just be an anchor for the rest of your life.
I love you as a person. I think Jesus is king above all, and we should not give in to our own feelings. It says in Proverbs that we should follow what God says, not what our own hearts say. So I'm not going to hate against you. I'm not going to say your group is worse, what you say is worse. I'm saying I disagree with your lifestyle. I don't think it's the right way to live, but I'm going to come at it with truth and love, what I believe to be the truth, and you can do whatever you want with that information. I'm not going to chase you down for it. I'm not going to trash you for it. I'm not going to post you on social media for it. I'm just going to have a conversation with you, and if you don't want to have the conversation, then we don't have to. But that's what Jesus was about. He called out the Pharisees and called them a brood of vipers. People today would be like, oh, he's calling them names. He flipped the tables in righteous anger in the temple when they were doing ungodly things. People today would be like, oh, he's violent, he's flipping tables. That was Jesus, the perfect person. So if you are a Christian, you got to think about those things. And as I was telling him, you have to think about what's right. Your feelings or what's right for God. You have to put what God says above your feelings.
This is my personal gripe with religion and Christianity.
Go for it.
It supposes that because some miraculous, marvelous creator made us, we got to do what he wants us to do.
So with that,
is that not authoritarian?
No, you know why? Because we have free will.
We have free will, but my free will is going to lead me to hell. Is that free though?
You know why? Because God loves you, Asher, right? He loves you so much. He loves you so much. He loves me. He loves her. He loves him. He loves us so much that he didn't just make us robots to follow whatever he does and follow him. He gave us the choice of what to choose to be with him or not.
At the end of that, there's hell. And I don't know your concept of hell. What's your concept of hell?
It's impossible to know, obviously, but I just think it says it's eternal separation from God. I don't know if that's fire. I don't know if that's darkness. I don't know. But me personally, I know that I will be in heaven not because of being out here, not because of I read the Bible or go to church every day. Because you could read the Bible, go to church, listen to Christian music 24/7, no other music. It's all worthless if you don't apply it to your life and in your heart. That's what I'm saying. So it has nothing to do with race or gender or anything. It has to do with truth and love. And you can apply that to anything.
But again, whose truth?
It's the truth.
The truth. Okay, and again, we're gonna go back to colonialism and erasure. right? The statues that Christians usually stand on, what Christianity stands on, are true.
Go back to the sun's not touching me.
We are truth. We are right. We can come into your land, repress you, and tell you that you have to.
We shouldn't structure society off of your religion. We shouldn't structure society
like what?
Off being Christian.
Because
you would feel the same way. You would feel the same exact way if you were a Muslim, bro. You would feel the same exact way if you were
about
Buddhist.
your religion.
About your religion. You would be 10 toes down for that shit. So it's arbitrary.
10 toes down for what?
For your religion.
Because of your beliefs.
So we shouldn't structure our whole society based off of that. And you could have easily.
We don't do that.
You could have easily been Muslim.
Okay.
We don't have mandatory church in our country.
No, but you wish for society.
Religion.
About your religion. You would be 10 toes down for that shit. So it's arbitrary.
10 toes down for what?
For your religion.
Because of your beliefs.
So we shouldn't structure our society based off of that.
And we don't do that as a Muslim.
Okay.
We have mandatory church in our country.
No, but you wish for society to be structured in that way. And you puppet those ideas.
No, because we do have free will, so I'm not going to go against someone's free will. That's why I wouldn't push for mandatory stuff.
Okay, but you puppet those ideas.
Do you think like abortion should what happened to Roe v. Wade?
Yeah, it's a whole nother.
Like all your beliefs are driven, all your political beliefs are driven by your faith, which impacts everybody else's life. Which could have been the exact same way if you were Muslim.
I'm just saying,
you hear what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying, what's the thing in the Bible that you disagree with that I might be standing for?
It's cool, right? If I agree with everything in the Bible, but I'm not Christian. Okay. We still shouldn't structure our society based off of your religion.
I would encourage you to look into it and maybe give your life to Jesus if you do believe
That's great, but you still shouldn't structure our society, how we live, off of your religion.
Well, I was telling
because
him,
it's arbitrary.
I was telling him, other than the archaeological evidence of the Bible, if you look at the wisdom in the Bible, as a man, if you apply that to your life becomes better.
You can say the same thing for the Quran.
Exactly. That's why it's arbitrary.
Okay, let me say something. We were talking about why Christianity is so popular, right? We can say people did bad things in the name of Christianity, and those people aren't true Christians. But we can't ignore their impact. They came into places, erased culture, erased those people as gods.
I've already said if someone sins in the name of Jesus, they're so wrong.
But okay, they did those things, and then Christianity became they implemented Christianity, and that became the norm of society. They removed a religion
I think
replaced it with theirs.
Before Christianity was even a thing, why did Jesus draw so many crowds 2 years into his ministry? It wasn't this.
No one fucking knows, bro. You don't even know if he was real, though.
Bro, it's. I believe he was real. You can take away the Bible. It's historical evidence that Jesus was a real person. It comes when the Bible comes. That's when you believe if he was God and rose from the dead or not. Bro, that's up to your faith to believe in that.
You got historical evidence that any fucking person.
How about this? Charlie stuff. He started Turning Point. He had it for 13 years. Why is it that Jesus' ministry lasted only 2 to 3 years, and he's the most popular human being figure ever? If he was just some hippie on the street.
Bro, but apparently, according to you, he wasn't some hippie on the street. He was better than every single person of existence of all time.
You know what? It's not that he was better. It's that he came down to earth in human form so that we could relate with him. Not that we saw him as some guy in the sky. He came down and got crucified on the cross and felt that pain so that we could relate to that.
He's still God.
Yeah.
We can die and come back resurrected.
No. Lazarus.
You know what I mean?
Lazarus.
But that was Lazarus. That's Lazarus though. That's not.
We don't
saying Lazarus isn't God.
And Enoch as well. But
we don't have the freedom, I don't know how to explain it, but the Jesus, the Christ mind to be I'm gonna. I know who I am. You know what I mean? Our existence isn't the same as Jesus Christ's.
No,
Jesus Christ, yes, he came down in human form, but he's God in human form.
Yes.
He can do miracles. We're not out here doing miracles, nigga.
Bro,
that's why
we out here suffering.
People have done miracles, bro. People have done miracles. It's a thing.
Through God, it's possible.
Through what is possible?
Through God, it's possible. Through Jesus Christ.
Job suffered his whole life, most of his life.
For anything to happen.
And he still didn't rebuke Jesus.
Yeah, and then
he still gave the word of Jesus. Say what you're saying again.
Through Jesus, it's possible. Through Jesus, anything is possible.
We can't do it on our own.
In Scripture.
Do it on our own.
Amen.
So through Jesus, I can eradicate the fact that being gay is a sin in your life.
What do you mean by that?
It's
eradicate the fact.
What do you mean? Prove being gay as a sin, bro. Through Jesus, since I believe in Jesus.
Bible verse that says homosexuality is a sin.
It came.
Okay, Jesus did Jesus write that? Did Jesus write that? Did Jesus?
The Bible is the word of God.
Did Jesus write that?
The Bible is the word of God, and Jesus is God.
Fornication outside of marriage.
Jesus fulfilled. You don't even have.
Lying is a sin, bro. There's plenty of sins.
You don't even have to believe that Jesus was God.
All sins are equal. All sins are equal. Killing someone is they need to on the same level.
They need to go find God.
Okay,
So is lying, and so is hatred.
Hold on.
So if I murder someone, I'm just as bad as someone who's gay.
No, because there's a heavier penalty on earth that we hold against people.
Okay, what's the penalty?
Kill somebody?
What's okay? A heavier penalty on earth, yeah, but what's the penalty? Okay, if I kill someone versus if I'm gay, what are the other penalties beyond the earthly penalties? Because on
there's only
earth,
one, heaven or hell, at the end of your life.
okay, so they're having the same spot in heaven or in hell. A murderer, Ted Bundy, and fucking RuPaul are having the same spot in hell.
It doesn't matter if it's a gay thing, it could be an alcohol thing, it could be a drug thing. If you live in sin and don't give your life to Jesus, you go to hell. There's no different versions of hell. Hell's hell and heaven's heaven. That's why I'm not more righteous than people. Jesus died on the cross for my sins, and I accepted that in my heart.
Preaching that you're more righteous than people, though.
No, I'm not.
You're out here preaching that you are better than gay people because they are gay.
When did I
bro.
say that? I didn't say that.
Bro,
I said that I disagree with that lifestyle. I'm not saying I'm better.
And that you repent that lifestyle.
I tried to do the best of my ability, yeah.
So that means you think you're a better person than them.
No. You're twisting the word, brother.
How am I twisting that, bro?
You said that just because he repents somebody being gay means that he's better than him. That's not what he's saying.
How is he not saying that?
I'm not better than anyone.
If I say I don't want spaghetti, am I like better than spaghetti? No. He just doesn't like that lifestyle. That doesn't mean he's better than it. That means that's not his.
You're saying you have a spot in heaven. You have a solidified spot in heaven.
I believe that.
And you're saying
not because of what I do, though, that you're going to twist it. Not because of what I do. Not because I'm out here. Not because I read my Bible, go to church, listen to Christian music. It's because Jesus died on the cross, and I said, I'm a sinner. I'm not my own God. He's God, and I accepted it into my heart.
But that automatically puts you on a pedestal above someone else.
Not in terms of human worth.
Because look.
Okay,
he's worth as much as I am.
Look,
but only in life.
This what you're confused on, brother.
You go to heaven or hell. It's your choice. No one gets sent
So
there.
what I'm trying to tell you, bro, is you're putting yourself on a pedestal, an eternal life pedestal, that you're better than someone that by.
So do you think the people that give to charity out of the kindness of their heart, do you think they're people because they're putting themselves up and doing good?
How are they putting themselves up?
They're doing good.
You think people donate
spreading
to charity
good
just to make themselves feel better?
No.
Okay,
I'm
then
saying
why
if
would
you
they?
said that about them, though, would that make them bad people? No. So just because I'm out here trying to spread truth, I'm not doing it for myself or anybody. I'm doing it because I believe it's true, and Jesus is King. That's why I wrote on one of the signs.
Look, you're saying it like, so he's saying that he's going to go to heaven. He's not saying he's not going to heaven. He never said that.
Yes, he did.
Oh.
Yes, he did, bro.
No, I'm
sorry. You said I'm not going to heaven?
I'm not saying it's a gay thing. I'm saying it could be a drug thing, an alcohol thing. If you live in sin and don't give your life to Jesus, then you're wrong.
Alcohol. He's gay. Is he going to heaven or hell?
It depends. It's his choice.
Oh my God.
No,
So,
no. If you have sinful strongholds, it doesn't matter what it
If you have
is.
genuine faith in Jesus Christ, you're not going to hell.
I
But sin is about personal conviction. Go ahead.
I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. I know for a fact that I'm going to heaven.
Okay, and I'm saying that I'm just saying the Bible disagrees multiple times with homosexual activity.
So the Bible disagrees with that.
Yeah.
And you agree with the Bible.
Yeah.
So he's going to hell.
I'm not going to talk over him and say where he's going to go. I'm not going to do that.
But you are.
It's not. I'm not in right. I don't have the right to do that.
You may not be saying that.
Your wrong opinion. That's fine.
I told him I disagree with his lifestyle, or just that specifically. I'm not saying he's some evil person. I'm just saying I disagree with that.
But you think
that's what he got killed for. He got killed for opinions.
You think he's going to hell?
I don't know. Who knows from 3 years? Hold up.
He dies tomorrow. Is he going to heaven or hell?
I've met people. I've seen interviews about people that said, "Yeah, I was a lesbian for 12 years. I was a gay person for this many years. I gave my life to Christ, and I realized that I was living in sin, fulfilling my own flesh instead of what God wants."
He gave his life to Christ. Say he dies tomorrow.
I don't know him. People say words. I don't know him.
Oh my God! You're beating on the goddamn.
No.
fucking Christ.
How would me or you know that his faith is genuine? Just like
I know that your fucking faith is genuine,
just like he was saying that when people say things in Christianity's name, that doesn't make them a Christian.
Bro, I can just sit here and say I think you're going to hell because I want you to go to hell. That's what you're saying, bro. That's what you're saying. You're saying, oh shit, something in a book.
It's super simple. If he walked up here drunk, just like stumbling all over, I would talk against that. It's not a gay thing. It's a sin thing.
Okay, we're not talking about him being drunk. We're talking about him being gay, bro.
Right,
Stop saying we're talking about something else.
I just use analogy to talk specifically about what you're talking about.
Okay, so he stumbles up here. He's gay, bro. Is he going to heaven or hell?
I don't know, because he could change
Bro,
his ways.
okay, if he dies tomorrow, is he going to heaven or hell?
I can't speak about what he talks to God about in his own soul. I can't speak on that. I'm not going to speak. You're asking me to condemn somebody to hell, and then you're going to clip and be like, oh, he's saying he's going to hell because he's gay. Like, why would I do that?
Let me tell you something.
I'm never going to do that
That's
because we're all broken, bro.
Fundamentally, you agree.
We're all broken, bro.
You agree. Okay,
I was telling him I have a gay friend. I've talked to people about this, and they don't hate me for it because I go about it in a truthful and loving way, regardless as if we disagree or not. So I'm telling him I saw interviews about people who said they were a lesbian for 12 years or gay for however many years, and they gave their life to Christ and realized that they were living in sin, fulfilling their own flesh instead of living out what God wants for their life.
That's them, though.
I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying I've seen that, and those people said, "This is who I am. I was born this way."
No, let me tell you something.
That's all I'm saying.
No, let me tell you something.
Go for it.
My mom told me something that really stuck with me. She said, "Your walk with Christ is your walk with Christ, and no one else can dictate that or change that."
I agree. That's why I'm not going to tell.
Regardless of where you come from,
he wants me to tell you that you're going to hell, so I'm not going to condemn that on you.
I'm not finished. Regardless of where you come from, regardless of your nationality, regardless of who you are, regardless of who your parents are, regardless of who you're attracted to, your walk with God is your walk with God. And I believe that a Christian is anybody that has a relationship with Jesus Christ. By definition, I have a relationship with Jesus Christ.
I agree. And that's why I'm telling him I'm not going to condemn you to hell because you're saying you're gay.
And I 100% believe that is what is getting me into the kingdom of heaven.
Being gay?
No. That's not what he's saying.
I was just commenting about that,
his relationship with God. His relationship with God.
Okay, I was just clarifying, bro.
I was talking
talking
about my
9
faith.
people at a time, dog. I'm just trying to talk. It's just 2.
I was talking about my faith.
You're literally only talking to
who was talking? She was talking to. I'm literally just trying to talk to
I'm sorry. Were you talking to him?
Go ahead.
Were you talking to him?
I didn't point at them. Go ahead. This is what I'm saying. Disagreeing doesn't equal hate. It doesn't.
I'm not saying you hate him. I'm trying to ask you whether you believe he's gonna go to heaven or hell, bro.
Why does what I think about that matter to you?
Honestly,
because I'm trying to get
like you're so hell bent on that. Why does that matter? Like genuinely.
Because I'm saying that if you believe that he's going to hell for being gay, that means you're putting your.
This stuff has been when stuff gets normalized in culture, it becomes like it seems less worse.
Can you make a point? Like,
So
what's
this
the point
is
you're trying to make?
okay. This is why hookup culture is more normalized now.
No. Make a point.
Think about hookup culture in the 1960s, bro.
Make a point. Make a point.
I'm making a point.
No. Just
I'm making a point. Like directly connected to this. If you introduce hookup culture in the 1960s, you would be shamed to every ends of the earth, bro. But it's normalized today because rappers rap about it, people talk about it, people normalize it in a college experience, but in reality, it's still wrong regardless if society normalizes it or not. So that's why that whole conversation is so touchy and it's controversial because so many people stand for that, even people that say they're Christians stand for that. But I'm just saying, I disagree with him. I'm not condemning him to hell. He could have a change of heart with that. You never know.
I'm not saying you're God. I'm not saying you're sending this fucking guy to hell.
You keep asking me to say that, though.
I'm not asking you to say anything.
You said, so you think he's going to hell, say that. I'm like, what, bro? Like, no. I'm not
Listen, what I'm asking you, what does your faith say, bro? About
what?
About gay people.
The Bible is against homosexuality.
Let me see. Man shall not lie with man.
Okay.
Multiple times. Sodom and Gomorrah.
So what happens after that?
After what?
After someone has lied with that,
it's sin.
Hold on, bro. What happens when a man lies with another man? They die the next fucking day. What happens? That's what I'm asking. I'm not saying.
I got you. So it's like I said, it's not a sin thing. This is why this is so important. The robber, the guy that committed murder, that was on the cross next to Jesus. He was a murderer his whole life. He didn't get baptized. He didn't do anything. He looked at Jesus and said, "You really are the Son of God." And he said, "Tomorrow I'll see you in paradise." He was a murderer. He didn't go to church after that. He didn't listen to Christian music after that. But he got into heaven because he put his faith in Jesus.
Okay, so he's going to heaven.
I don't know if he does or not.
Well, I know I am.
I don't know.
Well, I know if he is or not. He is. I am.
I don't know when he dies. I don't know what he's going to change in his thinking years from now. I have no idea. So I can't say that.
I'm giving you hypotheticals that you can verifiably say yes or no to, and you just don't want to say it.
This is the difference. What you're saying. You said if 2 guys have sex and they die the next day, it's not about an act of sin. It's about living in sin. That's why I'm saying if they do have sex, that doesn't mean they're going to hell the next day. But if you consistently live in sin on a daily basis, whether it's getting drunk, looking at porn, being gay,
what's the sin?
Murdering people,
what's the sin?
Sin is sin.
No, but what is the sin in the situation? Men lying with men.
The Bible's against homosexuality.
Who is sinning?
It said man is created for woman and woman is created for man.
But who is sinning though?
Both of them?
But like, what is the sin? Like, who's like definition of sin? Are we like
Jesus,
going
the
down?
Bible, Jesus?
See, like your definition of sin.
I didn't write the Bible.
We are dictating how people. Like, what you're doing is dictating how people experience their lives.
No, because
I
I told you before, you can experience anything. It's what you choose to do with those experiences.
Okay, but then
I'm not telling you.
You can do whatever you want, and then like I send you to eternal hell.
You can't send me anywhere, bro.
No, but I'm not God, bro. I'm not the one sending you to fucking hell, bro. I'm saying like you don't agree with God, right? Now you're put in a position where like you can't do anything to fight against God. You just don't agree with God. You just don't have this. Whatever God is saying, you're hearing it. He's preaching. It's amazing. It's lovely. But you just don't fuck with it. You're going to hell because you don't agree with somebody else.
Yes or no?
I mean, it depends on what.
You
Because
don't think
if you're
God's
saying
the most merciful though, like God's more forgiving than any human.
Right, but
So,
that
like,
doesn't
you
justify
think so-
evil acts like murder.
I know, but everyone commits sin on a daily basis.
Right, and if you don't, I'm not
Yeah, you
directly
can repent.
connecting
So you're
it.
saying like if someone's gay,
Yeah,
and
so
they,
I'm saying,
and they're a good person, but they're just gay. You think like they're a bad person inherently, and
No,
they're
I
evil.
already told him I don't think he's an evil person.
Well, you just said evil acts. So you're saying
I
people
said
are
murder
evil.
right after that. No, I didn't say that.
Like I'm confused about what point you're trying to make.
Did I call you evil?
No,
I didn't call him evil.
You just said evil acts though.
I said murder right after that. An evil act like murder.
You're trying to tell people though, like if you make repeated like evil acts, like you're gonna go to hell. But at the end of the day, you're
That's
not
not
God.
what I say,
God
bro.
is.
That's
that
what
is-
God says.
That's what you're insinuating.
I'm not insinuating.
That's
I'm
what.
quoting
That's
it.
what you're insinuating.
Quoting it from the
And at
Bible.
the end of the day, God's more merciful than any human. And like you
Yeah,
can't
but
comprehend what God thinks.
Mercy, because if we recognize our sin, we don't get the death in hell that we deserve because we give our life to Jesus. I'm saying if you are blind to spiritual warfare or consistent sin in your life and living consistently in sin, you're wrong. Regardless of how you feel about it.
You don't commit any sins.
No, I do. On a daily basis. And I'm wrong for that, and I do my best to correct that.
Exactly.
That makes you more likely to get into heaven than me.
I'm not going to say that or speak. I'm not saying I'm better than you at all. I'm saying that I don't agree with that specific. By the way, when people talk about like the whole gay thing, I don't see you like as a gay person. I see you as a child of God, and that's just something you believe in or feel or something. So I'm not putting that like as a crown over your head.
Any non-Christian will go to hell.
No. Christians, believers of Jesus go to heaven.
So then why were you so believe in Jesus though? You think they'll go to hell?
So then why were
It's not about believing, because even the demons believe he's real. It's about accepting him into your heart and living out your life the way that he would want you to live it.
Like a prophet, for example.
The Trinity is all one. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I'll give you a perfect example for anybody that's confused about like the Trinity. Think about like water, right? It could be ice, it could be steam, it could be just flowing water. Those are three completely different things to the touch, to the temperature, to everything, but they're all the same thing. They're H2O. So just like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is all one being. It's God.
I have a question though.
Go for it.
Can we circle back? You said you believe that anyone who believes in Jesus to go to hell.
not
No, will go to heaven.
No, I don't believe that. Even the demons believe he's real.
But you just said
Even the demons believe Jesus is real.
Okay, pause. But what you just said was you believe that anybody that believes in Jesus will go to heaven. And
No.
people around me can vouch because that's what you just said.
Jesus is a prophet?
If you accept Jesus into your heart and do your best to change your ways from sin, you will go to heaven. The demons believe Jesus is real.
I understand that. And I get where you're coming from, but that's not what you said at first.
That's what I thought that was a known thing. If you believe in Jesus, that insinuated that you accepted, follow Jesus, not believe if he was a real person or not. That's
So,
why people
like-
say believe, not
But like, what if you don't
believe
believe he's the
accept.
son of God though? Like, what if you believe he's a prophet, for example?
Like the isn't God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean
There's
that's
God.
wrong. It's unbiblical.
There's Allah, and then there's Jesus.
It's unbiblical
How do you know the Bible's right?
because it's the most historically.
You know the Quran's never been changed.
You just asked me.
once?
You just asked me a question. But
Just so you know, and there's facts proven in the Quran.
No, but
that
I'm
was
saying if
created thousands of years ago.
so when
that
you
have just been
so
proven now
hold
from
on. So
science. How can
when you ask someone a
discredit
question,
that?
you expect an answer. So if you're gonna ask me a question, do you want me to answer
There's
it or
no,
no?
there's no valid answer you can give me.
Okay, then walk away.
Why did you ask the question?
Then walk away. It's cool. Just walk away.
Because you can't win the argument. Like,
How if you're not gonna give me a chance to answer?
right answer.
Go ahead. You said why do you believe the Bible's real?
Yeah.
It's the most historically accurate book in history. It's the most popular book in history. There's no historical evidence that contradicts the Bible. And the disciples after, because take away the Bible, right? Jesus was a real person and died on the cross. That's historical evidence.
Yeah.
That's not even biblical evidence.
No, I don't deny that Jesus isn't real.
The Bible comes into play when you believe he's the Son of God and he rose from the dead, right? So the reason why I believe it's so obvious that God is real and he rose from the dead is because after he died on the cross, all the disciples died violent deaths preaching his name. Because if he died and they were like, dude, this dude said he was going to rise from the dead, he didn't rise, like this dude was a false prophet, they wouldn't have gone out to their deaths, tortured, hung upside down on a cross to their deaths because of a lie. I'm just saying, name one time in history when people died that violently and that prophetically because of a lie that they knew was a lie. It doesn't happen. That's why I think Jesus rose from the dead, and that's the truth. Not because of what I do, not because I'm out here talking to people, getting yelled at, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not because of what I do. I'm not better than him in any way, shape, or form. He could think what he wants, and he could believe what he wants. That's on him. I've already done my job of planting the seed as a Christian. Jesus told us to go out to the nation and spread the word. That's my job to him. Not force him to believe what you think and make him believe what your society and culture thinks. No, I've said what I believe of him. He said what he believes, and that's my job. That's it. You don't push it on people. That's why people say, oh, you're pushing it down people's throats. I'm not going to do that to him.
I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. Honestly, like, you're just saying the same thing over and over again.
Cool. Well, you don't have to be here. That's cool.
Here, just, we're done.
Cool. Hey, Jesus loves you, though. It's all good. By the way, this is my first day out here, so I'm not even like... I don't do this. What's good, John?
I just got here, so I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what is the point of this conversation?
Why?
What are you doing?
Okay, so just to circle back, everything, we had signs and stuff. A guy got assassinated on live TV. It shouldn't matter what beliefs he had, what he stood for. If that happened to the biggest Democrat ever, I would be posting about it and condemning that because that's evil. You see people out here screaming, celebrating it. There was that had a piece of paper out here that said, catch this fascist, which is what the guy wrote on the bullet. So I genuinely think that's demons in people. I think that's extremely evil. And I think that's hateful within their hearts. Because I went up to her, she had another sign that said like, fascist or whatever, and I said, what's a fascist? She couldn't even tell me, because these people see headlines and they believe things on TikTok and social media and they don't even know what they're talking about. So that's why I'm saying social media is dangerous and stuff, and you have to look at truth and love and accept Jesus in your heart. That's the only thing, because a lot of people, even like on the conservative side, they're truthful and loving, but they don't have Jesus in their life and they kind of feel empty inside. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not here, I'm not getting paid for this. I've been out here for 7 hours, haven't even eaten today. I'm just saying, I'm not out here for myself. I'm out here for the organization that Charlie started. And our event was called Memorial, even though it turned into freaking chaos. But so it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if the most evil person set it up. Someone got assassinated on live TV. So my point is, I've always, me personally, I haven't even talked about me personally this whole time. I've been talking to other people. Me personally, I've spoken out and talked about a good amount of stuff that happens in the world. I knew there was evil in the world when this happened and people immediately started celebrating that a guy got shot in the neck in front of his wife and children. I saw demons come out of people, straight up. If you're celebrating that, I don't care what you believe in, I don't care what you claim, you have Satan in your soul. I'm not saying you're irredeemable, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying you're going straight to hell for that, but I'm saying at this point in time, you have serious mental and spiritual problems in your life. And I'm not going to hate on you. I'm not going to cuss you out. I'm not going to riot like they did with the riots in 2020, whatever. I'm not going to do any of that. This is why you see around the country, compared to 2020, when the riots and looting and stuff was happening, you're seeing prayer circles, you're seeing Bible verses, you're seeing people like me come out here and just talk to people nicely. I haven't raised my voice against a single person today, and people are screaming at me, circling me. So, last thing I'll say, what's your name?
Abby.
Abby Mason. Nice to meet you. I just want to say Jesus loves you no matter what you believe. It doesn't matter. That's your choice. It's not my job to push something on you. It's not my job to push something on him. It's my job to preach what I believe is true, which is the word of God, and you can do with that what you want to. So I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
For sure, 100%. That's all I got.
That's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
This dude.
We are starting conversation on this campus. We are being protected by the school, protected. Unfortunately, he wasn't protected and he did die, but this is the reason. We're having debate, we're having conversations, we're being respectful. Like, this is what the sound of freedom of speech sounds like. Like, this is why he died. I don't know.
No, 100%. And like people are like talking about race and stuff and just like all this crazy stuff, abortion, whatever, but we're just